Hello?
Hi. I love how I never say hi until you say hi
Why
first.
is that?
Because I have no idea that it actually started.
You saw me click the button.
I guess, but like I feel like you get more of a sense of like if there's like a pause
or an
like
issue.
count to 3 or whatever. Click
No.
yes, then count to 3. I don't know. I don't know how any of it works.
I think it's all happening. You never know, but I think we're here.
Okay.
I'm seeing some people requesting justice for Bionic, which unfortunately we cannot give it.
I have never listened to Bionic.
Really?
That is why I cannot give it. Matt Palmer, why can you not give justice to Bionic?
Because I have listened to Bionic.
Okay.
And you know, a lot of people liked it. You Lost Me is an incredible song.
Oh, fantastic song.
Oops, I forgot to click this. I hope it doesn't mess things up. Let's see what happens. I forgot to make our recording app go. Hey, everyone, just finished the Rainbow album. How'd you feel about it?
How'd you feel about the Rainbow album?
Hello, Michael Smith, Jeanette, Christian. How are we all doing today?
Hello.
This lovely Sunday morning.
All
Or
right.
Sunday evening, whatever it is.
It's a Sunday midday moment for some of us.
I just woke up from a nap, so
Oh.
it feels like morning to me.
Oh, great. I hate that feeling of just waking up from a nap.
I love
It's
it.
I don't understand how anyone likes that feeling.
I mean, it depends on the kind of nap. Like if you woke up in the correct part of the REM cycle, you just feel kind of like, lifted, refreshed.
I never wake up in the correct REM cycle, like literally ever. It takes me like a solid hour to wake up.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, here we are.
And if it's a nap, like I'm screwed for the next like 3 hours.
Wow,
Like,
that's a long
I
time.
feel like I've lost my mind.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's really bad. I'm a really heavy sleeper. But anyway, how's everyone?
Yes, D&J Vanity is great. That is true. From what I've heard, Bionic maybe doesn't deserve justice. Dylan, I'm hearing you. Happy birthday to Tyler. Happy birthday, Tyler.
Happy birthday,
We love an
Tyler.
April Torres. My birthday was Saturday. I don't know if you heard.
Happy birthday. Thank you for sharing your birthday with
And
us.
it's very kind that you're sharing your B-Day with all of us here.
Hello, mother, the woman who birthed me.
Yes, Mama Steele on the chat. We love it. We love it. Oh, I'm so happy. We're back. Better than ever.
We are better than ever. This
Yes.
is now the beginning of our like second decade.
It is the beginning of our second decade.
Yeah.
We're just a little younger than rock and roll.
I
Who
know.
turned 12 this
I
week.
know. Is this our 200th podcast?
Oh, yeah.
Happy 200th podcast,
Happy 200th
everybody.
podcast.
Yeah, we're not as enthused about that.
We can't
I guess.
keep doing anniversaries of everything.
I mean,
We can.
You know, I have a good memory. So.
Palmer, I'm in the Catskills for the week working on Severance again. Wait, Michael Smith, I read an article that said the season 2 of Severance is a mess and that the per episode budget has ballooned over $20 million an episode. And
What? Wait, what?
I know.
Do that many people watch the show?
I mean, it's popular for Apple TV Plus, but I also don't. It's not like there's, at least from first season, it's not like there's a lot of CGI in the show. Like, what is that money going towards? But Michael Smith, I hope when you're on set, all is well and it's all smooth sailing. I hope it's just a bad
I hope all
rumor.
that money's going to Michael Smith.
Yes, it really should be.
Yeah.
Happy birthday, Tyler. Rich Carrasco is here, not Caruso.
Not Caruso, unless he makes us mad, and then he's suddenly going to be Rick Caruso again.
I mean, I did go to Rich Caruso's Americana this weekend to pick up a cheesecake from the Cheesecake Factory.
Oh, how's that holding up? Is it holding up well now that he's like, he has the time to like upkeep it?
It's going well, and it's good that he lost because I don't feel bad about going.
Yeah,
I love that.
And you know what? He put together a beautiful little establishment that you
did.
enjoy going to get
Yes,
cheesecake. So like,
yes.
I think that's where his talents lie.
Yes.
So good for him.
He does the Grove as well?
Yeah, I think so.
That's
Yeah,
him.
yeah.
Well, Rich, stay in your lane.
Yes, you do a great job doing that.
Yes, do that. 2 minutes in. I hope you're not too late. You're not too late. Yazzie, you're right on time. Just submitted my senior thesis on Friday and presented it on Friday as well. I was very anxious, especially because the president of the university came and seen it.
I'm sure it was great.
Congratulations.
That's amazing. Congratulations. Yeah, like semesters and stuff are ending if people are in college
Oh,
here.
that's true. Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, the collegiate.
Yeah. If there's high schoolers in there, like they're not ending yet.
No,
because high
they
school
have-
ends.
What's that, like June?
I always ended third week of June.
Third week?
Yeah.
That feels late to me.
We always started the day after Labor Day and
Okay.
ended like the third week of June.
Interesting.
Because it was always right before like my birthday.
Oh, I love
that.
that.
We would end, yeah.
When I was really young, I would always get very sick near the end of the school year. I don't know, maybe just excitement from summer coming. I don't know.
Okay.
I just remember being very sad the one year, like third grade, at the end of the year, we were going to learn cursive. And I was like, God, I can't wait to learn cursive. And I was sick.
Wait, okay, but like, how long were you sick for? Like
a week or two.
But like that isn't cursive like you didn't spend like the whole year learning cursive?
No, we did not.
At least really?
We start like at the beginning. It was like something we were all looking forward to. It was like learning.
Of course.
Cursive.
Well, we learned cursive in second grade in the public schools of New Jersey.
I love it.
But it was like a full year. You essentially did this. Like you would spend like a certain amount of time on like each letter and like perfect that letter. And
definitely not.
Interesting.
I know. But then my mom over the summer taught me cursive because I was so sad.
Cool. And look at us. No one uses cursive anymore.
But if I needed to, it is very pretty. I will say.
Sure.
I have great penmanship. Not to fear, Jimmy's here. Thank you for being here, Jimmy. Welcome.
Hello, Jimmy.
I have a final college assignment due on May 8th. Oh, well, at least that's coming up. It's the final.
Sure.
It went okay. My paper ended up being 40 pages, but I had to submit it unfinished. I plan on finishing it once I'm done with the semester. Oh, finishing it just for yourself?
I love that.
I love that. You know, you got to. Yentl taught us anything.
I know.
You got to take your studies seriously.
Take your studies seriously.
Yes.
And if you commit to something, even if no one's going to read the final product, finish it.
Yes, finish it.
Yes.
That's the right attitude. Oh my gosh. I can't believe tomorrow is May. Like truly,
I don't want to talk about it. Don't tell me about it.
I know time moving forward upsets you for whatever reason, but man, this year's really.
But honestly, to be fair, like always feel like the first third of the year is the fastest moving part of the year, and like it's when the least amount of stuff happens.
Yes.
I feel like it's when people are like the least productive, maybe, other than like December with Christmas and everything.
But I see that because people are like, "Oh, well, the year just started." And it's like, well, it really didn't.
It really didn't.
It really didn't.
Yeah.
Good penmanship is rare nowadays. Thank you.
Yeah.
I'll be at Janet May 9th. Oh my gosh.
Oh, that's exciting.
That is so exciting. I'm trying to think of the last time I saw Janet. I saw Janet when it must have been in 2012, 2013. She was doing some tour that was like a greatest hits kind of tour, and she was at the Hollywood Bowl, and she was amazing. And then I've watched videos from this tour, and it's like, God, how are you still dancing like that this far into your career? Like an icon.
You both look so good and colorful.
Thank you. We didn't plan it.
Yeah. Vinny says, I was always surprised when people say that cursive isn't used. I'm pretty sure it's the most common way of writing in Brazil.
Oh, interesting.
I would say like, I remember when we, all throughout like second grade onward, we all wrote in cursive. And then in like sixth or seventh grade, people started realizing, wait, I don't have to write in cursive. And so like people just chose to like print. Anyway.
Right.
So then in middle school, all that cursive just went out the window.
Right. Because it kind of takes longer if you're going to like try to make your cursive legible and nice versus like just printing.
Steele, have you seen Beau is Afraid? It's a wild movie that could end up as the Babylon of 2023. I did. It was my Giving Me Moments in last week's podcast. Yes. So I talk all about it then. And I thought it was great. I know it's getting very polarizing reviews. I am on the positive side.
Right. And we love a Mariah licensing fee.
We love a Mariah licensing fee. We love a Patti LuPone getting Oscar buzz moment.
So there's no part of you that's going to be upset if she gets an Oscar before Glenn Close?
I mean, I don't know how. I mean, I'm sure Glenn would be fine.
Yes.
But like, but that's some interesting drama there.
I'm just curious.
I mean, it'll be hard for her to get an Oscar nomination. Just A, because the movie came out so early in the year. B, because the movie got such polarizing reviews, and like I feel like a lot of Academy voters will watch it and think it's too weird and be like, no. Okay. And like, I wouldn't call it a horror film. It's not the type of movie that like easily gets Oscar nominations.
Okay, I can see that.
It doesn't like really like go into like the Academy's some Academy members like aesthetic, but
right.
It should, because Academy members should be more open-minded when it comes to like watching a bigger variety of bigger swings. So, which Beau is Afraid is a very big swing. Yeah. So, yeah.
Oh, Daniel likes my shirt. Thank you, Daniel. I appreciate it. Kimberly Akimbo versus Shucked, who's sweeping the Tonys. I haven't listened to Shucked yet. But
I would say Kimberly Akimbo is going to sweep the Tonys. Whenever I mean, I haven't like heard anything of Shucked, but I hear it's really great. But I feel like the past couple years, there's kind of like the more dramatic piece, and then the broader comedy and everything, and the Tony Awards tend to award the more dramatic piece, like A Strange Loop beating Six last year, and Hades Town beating like something like The Prom in 2019.
Right.
So.
Interesting. Well, I mean, I'm hopeful. I mean, I like that Shucked was smart enough to invite the Corn Kid to the premiere, because I want that Corn Kid to get everything and more, and to have his college completely paid for and have whatever life he wants. Oh, sure. He brought so much joy to so many people.
I know, doing something so simple.
Exactly. And just like from a loving place. Like, what a child.
And I feel like it was kind of like a celebrity like viral moment that like felt very like 2012 to 2014.
Yes.
Like we don't really get like people who become famous via meme as much anymore these days, because it's less of a novelty, but he brought us back. He was a throwback.
It was like, I mean, and I think that kid who was the yodeling kid who went viral probably around that 2012 time reached out to Corn Kid just to be like, hey, if you need anything, if everything's okay, I know this is a confusing time. Blah,
Yeah,
blah.
I know this is a confusing time,
but everything worked out. I think he's still got his head on straight, that Corn Kid.
Yeah.
You know, I trust him. The Kelly Clarkson concert was this week. Feels like a month ago. I'm so tired, sweetie.
Yeah.
I completely agree with you.
Yeah. Oh, and also, I forgot there's also Some Like It Hot, which is the big sort of comedic show here.
The Mariah produced.
Yeah. I could see Some Like It Hot and Shucked like splitting the votes a little. So I do still think Kimberly Akimbo is in the lead.
Okay.
I was thinking that too, but 2004 Tonys keeps popping up in my head. Yes, but also Avenue Q was kind of the little show that could. It was kind of the small show with heart, which I feel like Kimberly Akimbo is very much that.
Okay. Is it small, Kimberly Akimbo?
Yeah, it's a small cast.
Oh,
and
it's
in the booth, which sometimes musicals play at the booth, but a lot of times it's a playhouse.
Got it.
Booth, that's where Next to Normal played.
Oh.
Yeah.
Then I've been there many times.
You want to know what else played at the Booth Theater?
What's
Sonny
it?
in the Park with George.
Oh.
That's 2 Pulitzer Prize winning musicals to play at the Booth.
Yes. Starring that man that we just watched in Yentl.
I know.
What's his face?
Mandy Patinkin.
Mandy Patinkin.
Sorry I missed last week's pod. I was getting hammered in Nashville.
Hey, good for you.
Glad you're okay.
I'm glad you're okay. And I'm glad you had fun.
Yeah.
We love that.
I think Alex Newell will definitely get their flowers, but Kimberly Akimbo is the front runner. I think Alex Newell will win Best Featured Actor in a Musical.
And is Alex Newell in Shucked?
Yes, okay. Alex Newell's in Shucked.
Great.
Especially because a lot of people felt that he was robbed for a Tony nomination for his performance in Once on This Island back in 2019?
Right.
2018. Yeah. So,
do we know Alex Newell's pronouns? I don't.
All of them.
All of them. Great.
He, she, they.
Love that.
Yes. I read the article.
Good for you. Okay, good. I love that. Just want to double check. Alex Newell deserves a Dreamgirls revival. I would love to see that. I didn't know not finishing a thesis was an option. Congrats on going through that process. Absolutely. The minimum page count was 20 pages. We love Alex Newell. I refuse to ever see Avenue Q after the wicked Tony fiasco of 2004. That's right before Adam Parnell gets here. Our number one.
Adam Parnell very appropriately at the underneath
exactly
said, "Hi, I am here."
As soon as anyone talks of Wicked, Adam Parnell will just appear in front of you.
Oh yes,
which I think is right.
Yeah.
Did we ever find out what Kelly Clarkson fans are called? I read someone saying they're like celebrities, like celebrities. That's not good. I hope it's something else. Matt Palmer hasn't heard Independently Owned yet. What's Independently Owned?
It's Alex Newell's song in Shucked.
Oh, no, I have not. I need to listen. I love Alex Newell. What a vocalist.
Yeah.
Did I send you Alex's song from Shucked in the Discord? It's Tony winning worthy for sure. No, I guess if it's independently owned, I guess I got to listen to it.
Yeah. I don't know if the cast recording's not out yet. I don't think. Correct me if I'm wrong, but yeah, I would like to listen to it.
What did Alex Newell, was their song called Kill the Lights? I think they had a song called Kill the Lights that had a great remix to it. I just need to look it up. It was a pop song that they put out, and I was like, man, if there was any freaking justice in the world, this would be a giant hit.
Really? It was really good?
Oh, it's great.
Oh, great.
Yes, Kill the Lights with Nile Rodgers,
okay.
Cuff It fame, of fucking Madonna classics fame. I love it. Love Kill the Lights.
Chris has always called them the Clark Stan.
Clark Stans is good.
That's cute.
Celebrities sounds absolutely awful. Yeah, that's bad. Kelly needs a better fan name. I mean, it's never too late. I feel like we can always change. The Arianators were waiting for you to give us something else. I feel like Ariana was pushing for like the clouds or the hearts for her people, but I'm like, that doesn't really sound right.
Yeah, what does that have to do with anything?
I don't know. And not everybody can have like a Lambs moment.
Yeah.
You know? Alex Newell deserves the world for singing Kill the Lights. Absolutely. A bop. Absolutely. Independently owned is out on streaming too. Is the whole Shucked cast recording out?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Nike Rodgers is a legend.
Nile Rodgers, I assume we mean.
Nike Rodgers, huh?
Kill the Lights. Love Britney Spears. Yes,
Baby, kill the lights. Don't mean that's how it goes in my head now.
That's not how it goes.
That's how it should go.
All right.
Because that's a melody.
The version with Just Glenn is great as well. I didn't know there was a new version. Was Mariah the first to have a stan name fandom? I feel like yes, but I feel like maybe someone will say that they were prior to, but I feel like Lambs it was like 99 or something.
Really? It's been going on that long?
It all started from her telling her friends who she wanted like to do things for her. Like, would you be a lamb and get me some water?
Sure.
And so the fans took it upon themselves. Like, we're all lambs, aren't we?
We're all lambs. And she was like, yeah, let's make this a thing.
Yes, you all can help me out. Whenever you see me, you can be My
We are
stand-in
lambs.
assistants.
Yes, and that everyone decided like we are a cult now. We are the lambs.
I thought y'all were talking about Jess Glynn when you were talking about Kill the Lights. I guess there are a lot of songs called Kill the Lights.
Sure.
The Shucks recording isn't out yet, but it will be in a few days, I think. Okay, great. So maybe I'll take a break from listening to Kimberly Akimbo on loop.
When's that Sweeney Todd cast recording coming out?
Oh, great question. First was probably the Deadheads. Oh, the Grateful Dead. They're men,
Okay.
so we don't really acknowledge their existence. I'm so sorry.
Listen, but give some respect to the Deadheads.
Yeah.
You know, they stand. You can't blame someone for standing.
No, I would never blame them for standing.
Yeah.
I just ignore them.
Just I have other things to think
I have
about
other
here, guys.
things to take up my brain
Yeah.
space. I can't think about who stands a man. Because again, I was like lightly standing Paul Mescal in the Discord today, and I was just like, I feel weird even doing it. I was like, has he done something problematic yet? And I was told no.
I was lightly standing.
I was.
So giving a little sprinkle of standage.
I don't. It's just not a safe thing to do.
Why not? I'm sure Paul's a very nice boy.
You think everyone's a very nice boy until
He's
they're
very
not.
talented.
Very
He seems
talented.
very sweet.
But
I'm sure he is at worst fine.
I hope you're right. I hope in 3 weeks you don't have to come out here and be like, oh, well, Paul Mescal did something horrible.
Paul
But
Mescal was on a podcast 7 years ago.
exactly. You won't believe what he said.
Yeah.
Called all of us faggots.
Well,
we
I
don't
mean,
want that.
I do the same thing. It's fine.
Well, that's different. The Miss Independent sounds like a little better, but not by much. There's a recording of Kill the Lights by Jesse, Alex, and Niall, and I think someone else. Oh, I'm at the club, but checking in to say hi. Oh, hi, Austin. And I believe Austin's at a club, not unlike your Friday night club experience. where
Oh,
they're
that
playing-
wild
They are
experience.
playing musical theater all on the walls, and I love that. Should I be embarrassed that I was rocking out to From Justin to Kelly soundtrack while working in the yard yesterday? Acting sucks, but music is catchy, and Nika Noni Rose is great. I didn't know Nika Noni Rose was in that.
Was in
From Justice to Kelly.
Yes, you don't remember that? That was like her.
No.
Yeah, she plays Kelly's friend,
That's
not the
wild.
evil blonde one who sings that horrendous song called "Wish Upon a Star," but she's the other friend.
I do not remember that movie at all, which I think is probably for the best.
You don't know "Wish Upon a Star"?
From Justin to
Justice
Kelly?
Kelly.
I don't.
Oh, well, I think we talked about it in the Discord for like
Yeah.
a couple weeks ago. You need to watch this.
Really?
It's truly. It's as if she recorded this song.
Okay.
And then the producers were just like, you want to know what we're going to do? We are going to add production that's like in a different key than what she's singing in. And so it's the most upsetting thing you might ever hear, period.
I mean,
Flat out.
you know that's very much not something I want to
Yeah.
hear. Fuck Your Body says, you two are celebs now. Everyone was freaking out seeing you outside of the Kelly Clarkson video. I think freaking out is strong. But there were a lot of nice people there who had seen us, which was really great.
Yeah.
And it was nice to say hello. And we met the legend Adam Parnell.
Adam Parnell was there, guys.
Who we've been friends with for now for like he was a supporter before we had supporters. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And we love
He
that.
was an OG.
An OG?
An
Absolutely.
OG Kathy.
So even when we move over to another Patreon, which we're going to do, remember Adam, Montana, there were early people to the Discord.
I remember Marina and the Diamonds said years ago that she was the first artist to have a fandom name. Oh, did she say that?
Marina.
Does she have proof of that?
Marina, we need more reasons to like you, girl, because we just listened to an album that was a patron request, which I think took the cake in worst albums we've
You know, I'm happy I got to experience
Yes. And if she had fun, that's
hey,
great.
it
We
was
love fun.
recorded during COVID.
Yes.
Everyone needed some catharsis.
Yes.
To let
Let
their art
it all
fly.
out.
Let it all out.
I never watched From Justin to Kelly. Kelly didn't want to do it, so I just never bothered. The thing is, I will say about From Justin to Kelly, Kelly's a better dancer than I would expect.
Oh, yeah,
I
sure.
feel like she moves well, and like in those big dance scenes, I'm like, all right. It was like when Pink used to dance back in the day, and she did that Janet Jackson tribute on MTV. I was like, she's dancing.
Well, I mean, now she dances, but in the sky.
Oh yes, that's different. She dances with ribbons.
Yes.
High above.
And her legs are supporting her in a very different way.
Absolutely. Which album? It was Ancient Dreams in a Modern Land. I believe that was the one we listened to.
Yeah, I kept forgetting the name of the album in the video. As I was like, wait, what's this album
And
called again?
it's going to be a patron-only video, so if you want to see us review it, it'll go to patreon.com/2gaymats. And we apologize to anyone who loves her or loves that album. Some things just aren't for us. When did she come out? Who? This Marina album or From Justin to Kelly? Oh, Ricky Reese loves From Justin to Kelly. Guilty pleasure, but I don't feel guilty. Good for you.
Good, yeah.
Never feel guilty about
It's
your
very
pleasures,
fun.
darling.
It's very of its time.
Yes.
A lot of butterfly clips.
It was
in
just
people's
like
hair.
I mean, yeah, it was just like it felt unnecessary. Like I get it was like we just want to capitalize on this
American Idol.
moment.
Like people, y'all who weren't around for this when American Idol started, y'all
It
don't
was
know.
gigantic.
It was so huge,
Yes.
and like everyone cared.
Yes. OMG, remember when Kelly was dancing, debuted Miss Independent on Idol? She had dancers and everything. Did she really?
I don't remember that.
Oh, it seems like some people liked that Marina album. And I love that you liked it.
That's great.
That you liked
That
it.
that final track.
Yes, we love that final track. Goodbye is lovely.
Cher fans had a name, but it was like Cher Crew.
Oh, it's cute. You know,
Okay.
someone threw it out. We like
Yeah.
that. What's Grease on the Beach?
Oh, from Justin to Kelly is
Oh,
Grease on the Beach.
Oh, I
essentially.
see.
Yeah,
Didn't
yeah.
they make a High School Musical follow up that was a beach movie?
Oh
kind of
God, what was
thing?
that called? Wild Summer Party or something?
It could have been that.
Y'all, let us know.
But I
Y'all
couldn't
are
remember
younger
that.
than us.
That was a Grease on the Beach.
Yeah. Oh God, what was it called? Summer Beach Party? I don't know.
I mean, that's a thin title, but it could be right.
It was like there was something like throwbacky about it, like '60s. There was like a '60s vibe to it,
For sure.
and like in the title too, I think.
Kelly in the movie is the definition of contractual obligation. That's funny.
And that was back when she and Justin like dated for about 5 seconds.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think that's always so interesting. I mean, they were together for Teen Beach movie.
Oh, okay, I thought the title was more harkened back to like the '60s more, but maybe not.
All right, Teen Beach movie. We love that.
At least from Justin to Kelly showcased the underrated classic "Anytime" from the Thankful album. Did it?
I do remember that song being
I don't
there.
remember. Kelly called it "Grease on the Beach" during promo events all the time. Was
That's
it was she saying that like 1,000 times, like Lady Gaga's 100 people in a room?
So you got to have a catchphrase to get through these press
Yeah.
events, I assume. Anytime is orgasmic. I mean, Just Missed the Train is truly the song on Thankful for me. So if they had thrown that in the movie, I would have loved it. I just felt like that's the music that from the first listen, it was like, oh, this is the music Kelly should be making. Like this makes the most sense.
They dated. There was zero chemistry in the movie. They dated for like a week or two. Like it was like
not a long time.
I think they kind of felt pressure. Like we should maybe like go on a date and maybe like I don't know, kiss. Like I could imagine like they were thrown into this insanely stressful situation together.
Yeah.
And I feel like all they had was each other.
Right.
Like because
Right.
they were always together. Like they went straight from like being the final two in American Idol to then like having this movie and everything. So I guess you would kind of in a Stockholm syndrome kind of way, like just naturally fall in love with each other.
Not Stockholm.
Not like you're not falling in love with your captor or whatever,
Right,
but
but it's like-
because there is a captor situation,
Right.
you end up like grasping onto whoever.
Right. And it's like, who else is around? Like, who
Yeah.
else understands what we just went through?
Sure. And I mean, Justin was very attractive
cute
and
guy.
still attractive
Yes.
and apparently is like an insanely nice person.
That's
so
good.
like
Hey.
Kelly's single now. Maybe she should date him
Maybe
again.
that'd be the best throw. It's like how one of the Lawrence brothers is dating Chili from TLC right now, and I'm just like, yes,
I know.
love the
That's a
throwback
great-
couple happening.
Great, yeah, and it's kind of, I feel like people would get excited, like how J Lo and Ben Affleck when they
Yes.
got back together again. I don't know. I feel like it would be a cute coupling.
It's funny. It's like I think like who from Mariah's past would I want her to get back together with, and I'm like nobody.
Fucking nobody.
Fucking nobody. I think Brian's the best one. I'm glad he's still there. And
What about Derek? No Derek?
Derek would be cute for like a publicity moment, but like all the songs that are written about him that I know of, outside of like The Roof and things, that he doesn't seem like he's dreadfully bright. If we're going by Did I Do That being a Derek song, which I believe it is, he seems not brilliant.
Okay, but like, does Mariah need like an
she needs-
Einstein?
not an Einstein, but someone that can keep up with her. Like she's funny, she's quick, she's
Okay.
You know, she needs someone to have banter with, and I don't think Derek has the banter.
Okay, do you think James Packer had the banter?
He had the money. He had a wallet. I don't know what his personality.
That
like.
was such a rant.
That
I
was-
always forget about that.
That was a weird time. It was a weird time.
Random. She was like, they were dating for 5 seconds, and then they were like, we're engaged.
We're engaged. And then they filmed that whole reality show in which Brian's like trying to date her the whole time. Then it was a weird, that whole era of Mariah's career after Me, I Am Mariah and before Caution, where she was being managed by that lady, Stella, was all not right. Did I Do That is not a bad song on Rainbow. I said it. I mean, I don't think the song is bad. I think musically it's all over the place. I bet if you took that a cappella and put it over a beat that made more sense, it'd be great. No, Clive Davis wanted Some Kind of Miracle as the lead single of Thankful. What? What is some kind? Like, I do not have that song saved on my phone. I have many tracks from Thankful saved on my phone, and that is not one of them.
How many tracks from Thankful are there?
It looks like it's a 12 tracker.
Okay.
And I have 6 saved on my phone.
Okay.
All right. Justin Guarini was just on Below Deck. No one knew who he was. Oh, but hey, he's Little Sweet in those Dr. Pepper commercials.
And he's a producer now. Like he's produced like Broadway shows.
Oh,
and
really?
stuff. Yeah.
I think he's doing fine.
He's doing great.
Caution deserved flowers, absolutely. Clive saw Kelly as Celine Dion, I think. Yeah, he didn't get her. He never got her.
He didn't get her.
He didn't get her.
Happy birthday, Matt Palmer. My birthday was also this week, and I watched the cameo you filmed for me like 50 times. Oh, Monicia. Happy birthday, Monicia.
Happy birthday.
Hey, it's Monicia time.
It is Monicia. Oh, wow,
I
good
remember
memory.
that.
It is Monicia time.
Monicia is great, guys.
Yes, a queen. That's so great. I'm so glad that April Taurus says we got to stick together.
You got to stick together because those May Tauruses, they'll fuck you up.
That's a whole different thing.
We're entering May Taurus.
I know.
Era, ladies
it's a
and
whole
gentlemen,
different thing.
Like,
Clive Davis is an industry legend, but sometimes the artists themselves know better. Yeah, and I feel like that goes for honestly every like label executive head person. It's like as much as they are legendary, no one's going to get it right all the time.
sure.
You know?
Well, and also like to be fair, like Kelly Clarkson was like how old when she won American Idol? Like
20 something.
Yeah. So like I feel like even if you do have a strong sense of self when you are like 21,
right,
for example, you're still kind of just like, oh, but I'm entering this new industry, this new thing. Let me still like try new things, or like let me listen to these head honchos.
Absolutely.
Because you really don't know what you're doing in terms of like the industry.
Yes.
And so you are more apt to be like, yes, you want to give me this song that I would have no interest in singing if I wasn't here right now? Sure, I'll do it.
No,
you know?
I mean, it makes sense. You, like, because it's all these young people who are like, there are executives who have been doing this for years and have worked with like Whitney Houston. Clive Davis had shepherded through. So it's like, oh, I'm going to listen to this man because Whitney had such an incredible career.
Yeah.
But hopefully, you know, at some point as an artist, you're going to find your voice, and Clive didn't seem to respect Kelly.
Sure. I think what happened with Kelly is a natural progression of things.
Sure. But he could have been more on board with her.
Sure.
Right?
But there were so many machines working at the time. There was the music industry machine, and then there was the television industry machine, like working together to create this person.
Kind of still what it is for her right now.
So honestly, like even though Thankful isn't like totally her, like it could have been way more off the mark.
It could have.
Like,
but I mean, the man wouldn't let her put Because of You on the album. You can't say he didn't do anything wrong.
Okay, sure. Of course, like we're not saying this man is perfect and he's the most knowledgeable human being.
And they were feuding.
Well, I mean, obviously we're Team Kelly guys.
Of course we are. We are. Tyler's right. She was 20 when she won and 19 when she auditioned. Wait till you get to Gemini season. Chaos might be there.
Oh, that's right. I forgot Michael Smith's birthday is the day after mine.
Oh, wow. So you're on the border. So that's between Gemini and Cancer. Is Cancer after you?
Cancer's after me.
Okay, all right.
Yeah. And then it goes Leo.
Virgo.
I
have to sing the Beyonce song to figure it out.
Then it goes Scorpio.
Aries,
then
Taurus,
Sagittarius.
Gemini, Cancer, Leo, Virgo, Libra, Scorpio,
Sagittarius. Oh, Libra. I forgot Libra.
My
brother's a Libra.
Every sign.
Libra, great contestant on Big Brother.
Libra.
Great
Toni Braxton album.
Oh my God, guys. We love Libras. Here at Two Gay Mats.
It makes me think, what the hell am I doing with my life? LOL. Oh, because Kelly auditioned for Idol at 19. You know what? We're all doing great. I'm fucking 21 and not accomplished shit. Tyler,
don't make us get the moderators to silence you.
No, sweetie. You're a
fine.
child. You're a baby.
You're doing great.
Your whole life ahead of you.
Do you think Kelly's new album will be successful? I'm scared for where it will chart.
I mean, we'll talk about it on the thing. It's excellent, and I think it comes a point in every artist's career where that can no longer be the point or the goal. Like, she has made her mark on the charts, and I would love, hopefully I'm proved wrong, it does great and it has a bunch of hits and radio plays every second of it. But if not, you should be hopeful that the music is so great, and it is so great.
Yes.
All right.
That is confirmed. You heard it here.
Yes, we can confirm the music's great.
Yeah.
It's going to flop hard. Just enjoy it. We don't know it's going to flop hard.
It's going to flop hard because she has the number one show on daytime talk show on
a
television.
Great avenue to promote it. Let's be serious.
Money will be made.
Yes.
Like.
Okay.
Libra is a great album.
Yes, Tony Braxton, absolutely.
Oh, interesting. I'll have to look at both those up. One of my best friends was raised Catholic, so maybe I'll ask her about. Oh, I don't know what they're talking about. They're having a private conversation.
I know, it has nothing to do with us. Thanks, y'all. Jeff is making fun of Jacob's star sign. Let's start recording.
Okay. I don't think we have any email my hearts.
Oh, we don't.
So people think of email my heart questions.
Okay, hold on. Let me try this again. I should have. I usually turn this on beforehand, and I didn't. So we'll see what happens.
Oh wait, someone just said in the messages that their birthday's today.
Oh, happy birthday,
Mordino04. Happy birthday,
Moridin
04.
Moridin 04. Okay. What am I gonna do? We might have to we might have to pause the stream for 1 second.
Oh.
But we'll be back. Stay where you are. We're gonna pause the stream for a second.
I'm not moving.
No one move, and we'll be back. Okay. Oh, your stream will stop. Oh, I don't want the stream to stop. I mean, we'll deal with it. I'll figure it out.
Okay, we'll figure it out. Everyone can move again.
Everyone can move again. I'm worried this isn't going to record audio, though. And that's annoying. Okay, let's see what happens. Okay, let's look at the audio. The audio's still going at the bottom.
Audio's still going at the bottom for me?
For me, it's going.
Okay.
All right.
I don't know what just happened.
There's some technical difficulties, and we're going to see what happens on this recording, but we're going to do our best. If it's not the best quality this episode, just know we tried.
Oh, my God. You are so smart. It's like you're really old and wise. It's like you're a full year older than you were the last time we recorded this podcast.
That's not really how time works, but yes, my age is different than it was the last time. It has been my birthday. Happy birthday to me.
Happy birthday to Matt Palmer.
Thank you so much. I mean, it's been wonderful, and I'm glad that we're celebrating my birthday by recording our 200th podcast episode today. How do you feel, Matt Steele?
Exhausted and tired, and if I could feel emotions, then I would feel all of them. But right now, I feel none of them.
Oh, good. Why? What's wrong with your emotional capacity?
I'm tired.
Okay,
I'm old and tired.
And that makes you have no emotions. Interesting.
Yes.
I didn't know this about you.
Yes, it's not emotions taking me over.
Well, but do you have work tomorrow? Maybe you could sleep in.
I do have work tomorrow.
In the morning?
No, at night.
Oh, well, there you go. You can sleep in.
I guess, but I do have jury duty this week, so I have to call in every day.
Really? Oh, that sucks.
I know. Guys, my life sucks. Well, thank you for listening.
Hopefully they don't you call every day and they don't need you. That's happened to me the last time I did it.
I know. But knowing my luck, we'll see. Guys, we'll see. Stay tuned.
Just expecting the worst. It could be great.
It could be great. It could be great. Lord, please.
All right. Do you want to start? Do you want me to start?
I'll start.
Okay.
Hey, everybody. Welcome back to another Two Gay Matts podcast. It's Matt Steele.
It's Matt Palmer.
And as we said in the intro, it is our 200th podcast. We started this podcast over 200 weeks ago, but we've had 200 amazing episodes that where we're spilling our heart, and I can't wait for 200 more.
It's going to be great.
And as we all know, Matt Palmer's birthday was April 29th.
Yes,
and so,
true.
We're coming down from the high of that.
Yes.
And how do you feel, Matt Palmer? How was your birthday week?
My birthday week has been lovely. I feel like it started with such a bang, and maybe we should just jump into it because I feel like a lot of people want to hear what we think of Kelly Clarkson's birthday at the Belasco. So
wait, are you saying that people think that Kelly Clarkson's birthday is more important than your birthday?
No, but
does Kelly Clarkson have 200 podcasts?
She doesn't. But I mean, we're discussing the birthday week, and this is the first part of it. So I think people want to hear how we feel, and I've got to say. So I bought tickets to see Kelly Clarkson at the Belasco, knowing that she was going to be premiering her entire new album. Our lovely friend Jimmy posted a link in the Discord and was like, hey, these tickets go on sale in 40 minutes. She's going to be performing at a venue in LA called the Belasco, and she's going to be singing and filming the entire album. And I was like, you know what? If these tickets are $100 or less, I will buy them and we will go. They were $100 exactly. So I was like, I will buy them and we will go.
Oh, okay. So how come I Venmo'd you more than $100?
Oh, because of all of the service fees. And also remember when we parked and I paid $30 to park? That was a part of that as well.
I think you could have done a girl a favor.
No, sweetie.
Okay,
we're here together. We were there together. You enjoyed it just as I did. And wow. We get there. We wait in line. We have to walk around a block a couple of times to get to the end of the line.
Yeah.
Because people were excited. And we were there before it was 7, weren't we? Weren't we there at like 6:40 or something?
Oh, Yeah, I would say we were there at like 6:25.
I was thinking we were going to be kind of close to the front of the line, and it was not the case.
It was not, but yet we were somehow like kind of close-ish to the stage when we entered.
I know.
Because for some reason, when people like enter the building of like a concert, they don't just immediately go right to their spot, which I found for the Spice Girl line too. When I saw the Spice Girls, I was like, how come people aren't just immediately going right to the front and standing there?
And like, I realized there was like a chemistry installation where you could like recreate her album cover, which is cute and adorable and amazing.
We'll recreate it on our own time.
I completely agree. So we ran in there. Matt Steele was like, I'm not going to the bathroom. And I was like, well, I'm not getting a drink. We found our spots. And we also, I must say, met a lot of people who had seen our videos in line. And so that was very kind. Thank you so much for coming up and saying hi. I'm glad you enjoy us. And we also met our king, Adam Parnell. For the first time in person. We've shouted him out for years because he's been a patron and a friend for such a long time. It was great. And so there we are. We're waiting inside, excited for Kelly to go on. And I feel like she was supposed to go on at 8:30 and at like 8:31, like the prompt queen who is a mother who has to go back to her kids. She begins, she gets on that stage, the band comes out, the strings come out. And we're like, oh my God, I did not believe we were getting a live string quartet moment. And it basically is starting with the songs that include strings because she's like, we only have the strings for a certain amount of time. They're not on every song. And we don't want to pay them for this full 2 hours or whatever it is.
Oh, yes.
And Kelly begins. And she begins a cappella. And she sings the song that, you know, spoiler alert, maybe I'm wrong. But from my first listen, the best song on the album.
Not just the best song on the album, but me and Matt Palmer are calling that it probably will be our top song of 2023.
Absolutely. Skip This Part was like such an incredible, unbelievably emotional and orchestral and melodic moment. She explains that she's like, when I started going to therapy, which, you know, I'm very LA, I'm going to the therapy to get over this big life change. I wanted to just skip the hard part. I wanted to skip the part where I was upset and everything was bad and all this. And how can I do that? And the therapist is like, you actually need to work through the emotions.
It's like you have to go through like processing. Because the thing is, like, we've all been had experiences where we have gone through like a breakup or something, and you go through the weeks of processing it in your brain and going through the emotions and like trying to answer questions that you'll never get answers to.
Yes.
And then, you know, years down the road, you wake up and you're like, oh, am I over this? Mostly,
yes. You never are fully over it, but at least you've begun the process.
But you want to skip that whole part.
And so that is the song, and she has to restart this song 2 separate times because she gets emotional and kind of starts tearing up, and she's like, don't tell anyone. I want everyone, it's going to be cut together so beautifully. I want people to think I was like Beyonce. And she was like, and I was so proud of rehearsals. I was singing all of these songs that are about this like devastating moment in my life, and like I wasn't having any sort of feeling.
And she was just like, oh God damn it, why did I have to like start with this song that I knew I was gonna cry through and everything? But it's like there was no other way to open that concert. Like this is the right song to open that concert with. This is the right song to open the album with because it is an opening.
Absolutely. And it's like it's in 3/4 time. I've read people comparing it to Merry Christmas Baby from the Last Christmas record, which I think is apt. It's very orchestral. It's just so melodic and well sung. And like I, before we went, was watching her 2011 Troubadour performance that's on YouTube, and she truly at this very moment has never sounded better. The
Phenomenal.
vocals she was giving throughout the evening, but again, beginning with I skip this part, were like otherworldly. Like, how are you in this industry? You've been singing on tour all of the time, and you still sound this good. You sound better than ever.
And she's singing every day on her talk show and everything. It's just like how like to me, skip this part. It's obviously the song writing itself is amazing. Her vocals are amazing.
Yes.
But just the way the song builds at the end was the most unexpected thing I could have possibly imagined.
Yes.
I compared it to me. It feels like her happier than ever. Like in the way it just builds and is filled with such rage and emotion at the end, and just the band was just rocking out so hard, and the theater was just full. It was just a wall of sound hitting you,
and you
it's
think
phenomenal
when that change comes that it's going to be kind of like mine, and it's like, oh, she's doing something different for the bridge, but it's like, oh no, the rest of this song is going to be in the angry mode. Everyone buckle the fuck up. Iconic opening. There are many highlights on the album. Her performances of Mine and Me were absolutely excellent. She sings a song called Down to You, which I guess is track 5 on the record. I'm looking at the track list now, which I think is so Kelly. There's like a really cool speed song moment after the chorus. I'm really excited to hear that song. I think this whole stretch stretch that goes Lighthouse, Rock Hudson, My Mistake, Red Flag Collector, and I Hate Love.
Oh.
That whole stretch is like songs that are all so incredible, and I cannot believe that we get them all in a row. My like Red Flag Collector, I think, is the one where she's like, you know, play Wild West or play cowboy in the Wild Wild West or whatever. It's like, she's like, it's tongue in cheek. Yes, I was angry writing this. Yes, I was mocking this person. But it comes out so beautiful.
It's a very angry song, but it's also really fun and like tongue in cheek. It is tongue in cheek. It's so great melodically. Red Flag Collector was definitely one of my favorites.
Yes.
I also Lighthouse was one of my favorites.
That's the one that she described as like the saddest song she's ever written. And it's like, girl, but after Because of You and Piece by Piece,
I know.
Like, how are we to survive?
I know. I also really loved Magic. I think the verses and the pre-chorus in Magic especially are so wonderful. There's a great line in Magic where she says you were I think it's in Magic. Maybe it's, if I'm wrong, correcting, but where she sings that you were worth the road to maybe. And I'm just like, I think that's a beautiful way of putting it.
It is a beautiful sentiment.
Yeah.
Rock Hudson, the theme is very much like, how can you think we're okay when all you do is smile for the cameras and people on the outside are thinking like, oh, they seem fine, they're so together. But it's like, no, we need to be happy in our actual lives. We can't just be like putting on performance, much like she was in love with Rock Hudson as a young person, but she was just singing the glossy exterior. What's happening inside is different.
Yeah. I'm so excited to hear the fully produced album, to see what it sounds like on record, because live the album is just a smash. It's so great, and she should be so proud of herself because these songs are so overwritten, and the way she performed it was just so phenomenal. Vocally, she has again never sounded better.
And this is a woman who has sounded great for her entire career, and this is the peak of it. I can't wait for everyone to hear it, and I can't wait to hear it again. The only melody I still remember is like, to skip this part have a moment that's like, can I just skip this part?
Oh, that is the melody. A moment. That is the melody.
That's the melody. I just want to make sure I remember. But everything
spoiler
else,
alert, guys.
Sorry, but everything else is kind of muddled in my head. And so I'm like, oh, I wish I could hear the songs again right now.
I feel like I remember the melody of Skip This Part so well. I mean, she did start it a couple times.
Yeah.
But also I remember the melody of the chorus of Red Flag Collector very, very well. But guys, at the end of the day, having skipped this part is a blessing.
Yes.
I'm telling you, skip this part is something to look forward to.
Absolutely. The whole album is going to be excellent. Everyone count down till June 23rd because we are very excited. And I was so happy to be there with Kelly. And then she ended with her rock live version of Miss Independent and Since You've Been Gone. So.
Oh, yeah, because during the concert, she was like bantering with the audience, saying that, oh, it's so annoying how like when singers don't perform like their biggest hits in concert and everything.
Right.
And she's like, I always hate it when they do that. Like one time I saw U2 and they didn't sing, I don't know, whatever.
With or Without You.
Yes, they didn't sing this song, and I was really like annoyed by it and everything. And she's like, I mean, I guess that's what I'm kind of doing because I'm not singing any of my biggest hits for you guys. I'm singing songs that y'all actively don't know yet.
But
and
that's
everything.
different.
And then at the end, after we thought she was done, she was just like, guys, I'm not going to be a tool. And she just went into Miss Independent and then into Since You've Been Gone, and it was like, yes.
Brilliant. So Kelly, congratulations. We were so happy to have been there, and to all the Kelly Clarkson Show producers that we met there and who enjoyed our reactions. Thank you. And if ever you need someone to hang out with Kelly, just like do anything backstage with her, we're available.
Oh yes, what an important job that is.
I know.
She doesn't have enough people back there
that's the thing.
hanging out with her.
Who's going to hang out with Kelly?
I know. We're the hanger outers.
We're happy to be that.
Oh, if I could get paid just to hang out with people.
Hello.
I mean, I get paid to hang out with you. I guess.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Now, and before we jump into the news for idiots, I feel like I should talk more about my birthday week. Nothing really happened for the rest of the week, but on Friday, what did I do? Oh, on Friday I took the day off, and I got some coffee, got food around the block. It just was like a very low key birthday observed for me because it's like I don't like to go to my work on my birthday, and so sure, my birthday is a Saturday, but like I shouldn't be working on Friday. I'm taking it off.
Okay.
Did that, and we went to Jackson's cousin goes to USC, and he's in a sketch comedy group, and we saw his sketch comedy show, and that was great. And then we came back here and actually went to Sugarfish, that sushi restaurant that I like.
Oh, girl,
I know. And
fancy birthday.
We just walked in, and I was like, "Are they gonna?" And we were so late because we had just come from this comedy show, and I was like, "Is it gonna be too late? Are they even gonna seat us? We'll probably be waiting for a while." We walk in, and she's like, "Just two of you? Okay, let me seat you right down." I was like,
"Happy birthday to you!"
It really was a wonderful birthday. Yeah. And then Saturday, I had some people come over, and then Matt Steele and 11 of our closest friends all went to Schwartz and Sandy's, which is ground zero for those of us following Vanderpump Rules this season and the scandal of it all. I realize I'm going to Tom Sandoval's restaurant, but I feel like it's important, much like when Lady Gaga went to the inauguration, how she was looking for clues about January 6th. I was looking for clues about Scandival at Schwartz and Sandy's, and it was, a great evening. There was some table situation that Matt Steele swooped in and helped out. How did you help everybody?
Ladies and gentlemen, so they originally, I guess the reservation was for 11.
It was it was always for 13. I said it could go down to 11, but I was like, followed up with, no, it's going to be for 13.
Well, baby, they gave us a table for not even 11, for about 10. Mm-hmm. And we were like, oh, well, I mean, there's 13 of us. We said 13 and everything. And so they were just like, oh, we've never had a party this big, which I'm surprised by. And so they were like, oh, well, we don't have any more tables. We don't know what to do. And I could feel the panic coming out of, pouring out of Matt Palmer's body.
I didn't like that.
It was just, Matt Palmer, when something is stressful and he's panicking, you feel it. The room feels it. And so I was like, okay, management will figure this out and everything.
Yes.
And it took a little while. It was taking a little too long.
It was taking too long.
And apparently I want to give our friend Tim credit. He apparently had this idea as well, but I don't remember him saying this idea, but I would say I was the one who vocalized this idea to everyone.
Yes.
I was like, well, much like Beyonce's brilliant idea in Dreamgirls.
Yes.
I got it. Turn the tables around. Turn the tables around, because the tables were, they weren't perfect squares.
Yes.
And so when you turn them around, they become a little longer.
Yes.
And so it makes the table a little bigger.
Yes.
That's what how we turn a 4-top table into a 6-top table at my restaurant. And so I told the manager, I was like, well, why don't we just turn the tables around? And let me tell you, everyone who worked at that restaurant thought that I was the most brilliant human being on the planet.
Absolutely.
And I was like, oh, okay, well, thank you. If you want to hire me to work at this fancy restaurant, I'm a problem solver. I just saved his birthday.
And if you need to get on the show to promote Two Gay Mats, I think that would be a good thing. The only thing is, I feel like if they hired you, they'd make you film with Tom and Raquel, because who else from the cast is going to do that?
Are you saying that I wouldn't?
I hope you'd have some reservations knowing what they did.
No.
All right. Well,
I'll film with them. But the thing is, I'll be confrontational, because I'll be on a reality show.
Yes.
And I'll be like, this is my job, to be confrontational. So I'll pretend like I'm buddy with them, and then suddenly be like, you know what you did.
All right. Well, I can't wait. Season 11's really coming in hot with Matt Steele.
The thing is, I'll be like, you know what you did, but do I really know what you did? Not really.
Hey, before you start filming, I will give you a whole session on what happened and how it'll happen. I've been saying it on the podcast, but maybe you've been tuning me out. So I think it would be good for us to revisit that.
Of course not.
And so that was a lovely birthday. I got some cheesecake from the Cheesecake Factory. We drank some champagne. We played some video games afterwards. And then today, I had a full 8 hours. I went over to see my friend Janie for a bit, came back home and took another nap, because I was like, that was a late night. And it's been honestly, I feel like since the 10-year anniversary stream, I feel like my brain and mind has just been going. And so I'm glad that I can be rested here with you today, but it took me quite a bit to get there.
Okay, that's good. You don't care about my week?
How was your week?
It was good. I got my card maintenance service done and everything. I need a new radiator. So that's going to be a lot of money.
That's annoying.
I know, that sucks. Yeah. And then Friday I hung out with my friends, and you know what? We'll save that for Giving Me Moments, because I don't have one.
Okay.
So I'll tell you how the rest of my week was during Giving Me Moments.
I can't
later
wait
in
for
the podcast.
Everyone hold your horses. Matt Steele's Friday coming up.
It's real intense, guys.
Should we jump into the news radio?
Sure.
All right. I know we've just been chatting for so long, but Rihanna's going to voice Smurfette.
Is this new news?
This is new news. It came out on April 27th. She's going to voice Smurfette in a new untitled animated Smurfs project. She'll also write and perform new original music for the film.
Why do I feel like I've heard this before?
I don't know.
Okay.
Well, I'm telling you now.
Well, I'm glad someone can get acting work during this writer's strike.
Apparently, she says that she's thrilled to be playing this blue badass in the reimagined Smurfs. I get to show up in my PJs in my 3rd trimester. I hope this gives me cool points with my kids one day. I can't tell if someone wrote that as a joke on this article or if she really said that, but either way, I'm happy she gets to do something that her kids can enjoy sooner rather than later.
Yeah.
When I requested new Rihanna music, this is not what I imagined.
Okay.
Like, I would love a real album, not real, but like non-soundtrack, non-children, non-Black Panther music from her.
Well, maybe Rihanna's making the transition into like film score composer.
I don't know that I need that.
I actually, like, if Rihanna composed a whole film score, I think that'd be pretty badass.
I'm sure it would be. I'd love more music. At least one more album before we do all of these extracurricular activities, right? Like, let's just do our job. Like, that's why we're here today, because we're doing our jobs.
Yeah, we are doing our jobs. 200
times.
episode.
Exactly. So until we get 200 albums from Rihanna, I don't think she's done. So congratulations on landing the part. But if you want to get in that studio too, I wouldn't hate it.
Okay.
New Little Mermaid information. The new character posters are out.
All those sisters are there.
A lot of sisters.
Looking like a photo shoot from Cycle 6 of America's Next Top Model.
I was surprised they released that image. I found that image to be very like, did I make this? Because it doesn't look great. But I will say the Ariel character posters, there are a lot of really good ones. And her Part of Your World, I find so incredibly beautiful. She released it, or Disney, whomever, released the Halle version of Part of Your World on streaming this week. And man, oh man, just truly brilliant.
I haven't listened to it. I'm excited to hear the whole thing.
You haven't listened to it?
No.
Oh, it's lovely. It really is a lovely, lovely rendition.
Because I would like to see the movie, and I'm not one of you. Not to like change the topic.
Okay, here we go.
It's sort of a similar topic, but like all y'all who listened to that Defying Gravity Cynthia Erivo leak from the Wicked movies, what were you thinking?
I was happy to do it.
It is a year and a half until the movie comes out. What else is there to look forward to?
I mean, it was played at CinemaCon. My thought I'm not a movie person, but my thought for all of this is I don't like caring about something or knowing that other people are hearing something about something I love and I not experiencing it.
I can understand that, but it's kind of just like, but that's the biggest part of the movie to look forward to.
Right.
Like, why would you want that spoiled? Especially because you already know the story of Wicked. It's not like there's going to be plot spoilers.
But it's not like we saw the performance. It was like how I listened to And I Am Telling You before I saw Dreamgirls.
Okay, but that was released like a week before Dreamgirls came out.
I know. A year and a half is a long time. Yes. And it's not like they played the full Defying Gravity. We just heard like the final riff or whatever.
Yeah, like the great part. Not that the whole song isn't great, but like the part that you really want. So, I mean, I am excited to hear, or not sorry to hear, but to see like how that's done and everything. But still, like I would want the full. I'm not listening to that until I see the movies.
Do you feel that a way about the Halle Bailey Part of Your World as well? Do you want to wait to see the movie for that?
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah, I would say so. I would say because I care about Wicked more because I'm the musical theater fan more. Yes. But still, yeah, I would want to see that in the movie.
Okay.
I don't know.
Well, I'm excited to see it in the movie as well. And I will say my only outstanding concern for Little Mermaid, those animal character posters are weird. They look weird. And we're going to watch that crab with its little lifeless eyes perform a full song. Like, I'm nervous about the animals.
Don't be nervous about the animals.
I'm nervous about the animals.
Guys, every other Disney movie that people have been disappointed by, everyone survived.
But it's like, it's not, people aren't liking them as like good pieces of art.
Okay, yeah. The thing is, people survived.
I want it to be good. Like,
of course,
yes.
Yeah. I haven't seen like the past several Disney live action movies, so like I can't say I'm like super invested in wanting it to be good. Like if it's good, I'm excited. If it's not great, well, what can you do?
I want it to be good because I only want good things for Halle Bailey.
Yeah,
truly. In other news for idiots, Kesha is back.
And she is a confirmed Kathy, ladies and gentlemen.
Confirmed Kathy. On my birthday observed, April 28th, we had just put out our reaction to her 2 new singles, Fine Line and Eat the Acid. And we get a message on Instagram that I saw that said Kesha posted you to her story. And I was like, what?
I did not wake up that morning expecting to find myself on Kesha's Instagram stories.
I didn't either. And there's many funny things about this. A, I'm glad she liked the reaction, had fun watching it. B, I can't believe she heard us mishear that lyric so badly for the entire video. We're like, changed meat? What changed meat? And she's like,
you were insistent that it was meat. And I was like, no.
But you didn't have another option. It's like you said the right lyric.
I was suspecting it could have been changed me,
well,
but
you
like
gotta verbalize
I still wasn't super clear.
As someone who verbalized that Schwartz and Sandy's the next day, I'm glad you learned your lesson because you weren't verbalizing in the video.
Thank you.
Yes, so if you need more feedback, I'm happy to give it.
I was older on Saturday than I was Friday, so I was more confident.
I do love the growth.
Yeah.
But I love that, and she has announced that the new album Gag Order is coming out May 19th. If we're judging from these first 2 singles, it's going to be a very different sound for her, which I'm excited about. But I also feel like there are people apparently not liking the songs. They're like, oh, this is boring. This isn't the Kesha that I want, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, I think she has been through enough and has put out enough albums that it's like, she can make the music she wants to make. And it's still giving you melody and like hook.
Yes.
Like even if sonically she's taking us into a different place, like if it was not melodically sound, we wouldn't have liked it. And we wouldn't be able to have sung along to it by the end of the song. Yeah. So I'm still very invested. If you're giving me melody, I can probably get on board. If your lyrics make sense, and they very much do, I'm excited.
When we understand what they are.
Yeah. I mean, I even was on board with the changed meat. Truly.
Oh yeah, because the hooks are great. And I love how she is taking this album, this final album of the record contract that she is under, to just be like, fuck my record label.
I know.
Like, I think that is a brilliant way to go out.
I mean, I do wonder, are they going to promote it at all? But that's not up to us.
That's why we're here.
Yes.
Okay. That's why the two gay men are here.
And yeah, we'll promote it and we will be listening to it.
If Kesha's going to promote us, we're going to promote Kesha. Okay.
I mean, I will say I get back from Costa Rica on the 19th. So if we do a live video reaction, it'll have to be on the 20th.
Oh.
I know. Just need to tell everybody beforehand, I am going to be on vacation from the 10th through the 19th. So there will be a week of the podcast missing. This album we'll have to deal with. There's just going to be, but you know what? Have we not earned a vacation?
Sure.
Have we not earned a little bit of a reprieve?
Who's we? Because Matt Steele's not going anywhere.
Well, you won't have to be here under the lights.
But I flourish under the lights.
Well, you just turn the lights on in your apartment.
Okay, fine.
I think that'll look really good. Apparently there's a lot of like rumors surrounding Glenn Powell and Glenn Powell and Sydney Sweeney. They are starring in a new rom-com for Netflix, I believe. And they have been very beginnings of press stats together, or like there's some things that they're showing up together and kind of like flirting in a way that people are like, is there something really going on? Which I feel like is a promotional tactic to promote the movie, truly.
Sure. I mean, we were just talking about From Justin to Kelly in the live stream.
Yes.
And they did date for like 5 seconds.
Right.
But
yeah, it was like, that was promotional.
Yeah.
Them having great chemistry was a part of the job.
We were saying that like they probably felt pressure to date.
Right.
Because people kind of wanted them to date.
Absolutely
and everything.
they did.
Yeah. So, I mean, if Glenn Powell and Sydney Sweeney, I mean, if they're dating, that's wonderful. Even if they just like had sex once, that's wonderful.
I mean, it's not great because she is engaged.
Oh. Oh, okay.
Glenn Powell has announced that he and his girlfriend of however long have broken up recently, so like now-ish. She unfollowed Sydney Sweeney, unfollowed him. I believe that Sydney Sweeney's fiance is still engaged to her, but that's the drama, is that they both are in other relationships. Or were. He's now single.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, okay.
So it's a little different.
Well, people are going to see the movie, I guess.
I mean, we're all interested. It's true. Did you see that SZA finally overtook That Man Who Shall Not Be Named and is number one on the Hot 100 with Kill Bill?
Oh, yes, I saw that.
Her first number one ever. I feel like that song is so ubiquitous and all over the place. It's so deserving of being number one, and especially over an active racist that if your aunts and uncles are listening to this man, tell them to stop, because the fact that like when his album came out, it was number one with so many copies sold. He had so many songs in the top 10 of the Hot 100. It just made me completely sick. And it's like, of course we live in America. Everyone's horrible. But like, you like to think that good can prevail. Fuck that man whose name I won't even say.
Okay.
All right. But great for SZA.
Great for SZA.
Congratulations to her. We love that for her. I read this and thought this was interesting, and I feel like we have a lot of Disney Kathys out there. Did you know that That's So Raven was not initially supposed to be called That's So Raven or star Raven Simone?
Oh, who was the original star?
It was a no-named girl, and apparently when this actress, a different actress went into audition, the show was called Absolutely Psychic. It wasn't called That's So Raven at all. At that time, Raven wasn't the lead. She was a sidekick. They were looking for a lead, and I came in to audition for the lead. I think the character's name was Molly. When they filmed, they realized Raven was the funniest one and had a following, so they bumped her up to first position, and then they started auditioning people again. I think that was kind of like racism at a low level. It's like, yeah, bitch. Like, like, I love you, whoever you are, bringing truth to light, but like, Raven was very much a celebrity at that point.
Yeah, I'm surprised that Raven was like I mean, she was the sidekick in the first like Xenon movie, and even then I was just like, why is Raven Simone the sidekick in this movie?
It's like, wait, was this after the Cheetah Girls or was this before?
Oh, That's So Raven was before the Cheetah Girls.
Okay, got it. But it's like, to me, as long as I've been aware of child stars, Raven Simone was the first one that came to mind.
Oh, absolutely. Well, to me, I've said this many times before, I think Raven Simone is one of the most talented child actresses ever. Like, in terms of like acting and like comedic timing, that girl was 3 years old going toe to toe with Bill Cosby, like, and upstaging him. She was a brilliant child performer. Phenomenal.
Icon.
Yeah.
And so I'm glad they made it right before the show premiered, but the fact that that was even on the table, that Raven be the sidekick, And of course, it just is wild to me because I can't even imagine.
Yeah, and I mean that's a shame for the girl who had that opportunity that was taken away from her. But I mean, show business is hard. Like stuff like stories like this happen all the damn time.
Absolutely.
Like the one Alexandra Billings, who's an actress, she's a transgender actress. The movie Transamerica was supposed to be made for her, and she was supposed to play the lead, who was a transgender woman, and they were trying to get funding for it and everything. And people who had the money were just like, I believe the story goes just like, we won't fund this movie unless like you get a celebrity in the lead. And so that's how Felicity Huffman was cast. I believe that's how the story goes. If I'm wrong, correct me. But yeah, so that's how Felicity Huffman ended up playing this character when the role was made for Alexandra Billings.
Could you imagine, like, that
I know
that poor woman.
Yeah, but I mean, stuff like this happens in the industry all the time. It's miserable and horrible.
Hopefully, that exact story doesn't happen anymore.
Sure, yes, that exact story is particularly
problematic.
Yes,
problematic. So I hope that we've moved beyond that. But I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah,
wouldn't be surprised. Apparently, Disney is suing DeSantis. Disney is suing Florida Governor Ron DeSantis over the Republican takeover of its theme park district, alleging that the governor waged a targeted campaign of government retaliation after the company opposed a law critics call "Don't Say Gay." I'm not super digging into this, but I just love that bad things are happening to this horrible man.
I mean, if anyone can go toe to toe with an entire state government in a lawsuit, it's Mr. Waltz.
Exactly. Waltz, going to come after it. And it's like, it's a rare day that I'm rooting for a corporation, but here I'm like, yes, corporation.
Yes, get that.
Slay them.
Raven Simone's going to be the lawyer.
I would love that for her. Did you see that Adele said she fucking hates musicals?
Yes.
Which made me laugh. She was on the final Carpool Karaoke with James Corden, and she said, I really don't think EGOT is ever going to happen. I would never write a musical or anything like that because I fucking hate musicals. I fucking hate musicals. I don't think I've ever said how much I fucking hate musicals. Adding that she respects the art form, but I don't need to hear everything in a fucking song all the time. I also think ego suits me better.
I mean, we heard her say something along these lines when we went to her sort of talk back.
Yes.
Premiering her I Hate Wine music video.
I drink wine.
I drink wine music video. And someone asked her, they're just like, do you like musical theater? And she was just like, not really. Yes. She was a lot more polite about it then and everything. But she said, but she did enjoy, she was like, oh, I love the one with the mum. And I was just like, oh, Gypsy. She's talking about Gypsy and everything. So she does like Gypsy.
That's good.
So she does have taste when she does like musicals.
Yeah, I think some poor gays in the audience were like, we would love to see you on Broadway. Would you ever be in the XYZ show? And she's like, no, babes.
Like, LOL.
I wouldn't.
Absolutely not. Yeah.
Well, I love that she's just so famous that she can just say whatever she wants to say.
And you know what? Adele doesn't have to love the same things that I love.
Right.
We can all like different things. There are things that I like fucking hate. Like I hate games, but I still hang out with you.
Yes, you're welcome.
Yeah.
I don't make you play that many games though. When was the last time we played a game together?
Oh God.
Besides like the room we went to.
I'm thinking more specifically video games.
Speaking of, I didn't even say on my birthday I finally beat Link's Awakening on the Switch, and we finally beat Ganon. He had so many forms in that final moment of the game, but man, killed it.
Well, shit, you peaked.
I really did. It was a big day on my birthday on Saturday because we beat Ganon.
Man, now what do you have to look forward to now?
We're gonna play another Zelda game probably.
Okay, great.
There are so many. John Stamos got the Olsen twins fired at 11 months old for crying.
Okay,
from Full House, which I think is pretty.
Well, they shouldn't be so goddamn whiny.
Hello. Sarah Snook is probably going to be going to the lead category for Succession for the Emmys, which is very exciting for me. I can't wait to watch the new episode that's coming on tonight because the previous episode made me feel like Sarah Snook's character Shiv was like not in a great position, but then after last week, that's the thing about Succession is like everything changes as to like who has the most power. Which again, now that spoiler alert, Logan's gone. It's all about who has the most power of these kids that are left. And I'm excited for Shiv to have a good moment.
I also heard that Kieran Culkin's going to be campaigning for leading actor in a drama as well.
I wonder if how he's gonna go up against Jeremy Strong though.
I mean, sometimes you got to pit brother against brother.
I mean, you and Mike Steele going up for the same Emmy. How would that be?
Oh God, I think my mom would like collapse and like crumble into ash.
I love it.
There was what was it? There was like a Tony Award year or like an Oscar year or something. Or the Tony Award year, I think maybe you were like Amanda Plummer was going against her mother or something.
Oh.
I forget. It's a piece of trivia that I don't even remember. So like, there's no point in talking about it on the podcast.
Is there anything else you would like to say in the News for Idiots section, Matt Steele?
I don't think so. So much happens this week.
It really did.
We had Kesha.
Yes.
Confirmed Kathy.
Yes.
Kelly Clarkson. We heard that she has watched our videos and enjoyed us. So Kelly Clarkson confirmed Kathy.
Yes.
Who's next?
Who's next?
Who's next?
Mariah. It'll always my fingers across for Mariah.
That will be our final episode.
Truly.
Like, that is the finale.
It's just like shut it all down. Once we like one day, my dream is to just get Mariah on the podcast. Like I want us to interview Mariah Carey.
Would we do it like via?
We do it however she wanted to do it.
All right.
And that was the dream. I believe it can happen for us. And I've got to manifest it. That's my thoughts for the new year of my life. Is that we're manifesting.
I would say maybe next 10 years of 2 Gay Mats. That's a goal.
Next year.
Next year?
Next year.
All right,
see you this Christmas, MC.
All right. Oh, Christmas time too.
Yes.
Oh, because she's not busy then.
I know, exactly. She'll have a lot of free time around then.
Yeah.
Well, we'll take a quick break and then we'll be back with more 2 Gay Mats, the podcast. Cute.
Did everyone think of their email my heart questions?
I know. We need questions for Email My Heart. Because as much as we were interacting with Kelly and Kesha, kind of, we were not interacting with any of you.
I do find that like sometimes when we have like our busiest week of like stuff happening with 2 Gay Mats, we get the fewest questions.
I love
like
that.
where we get no questions.
I love that. Apparently that whole thing about Raven came from that Romano lady's podcast, which is cool.
Christy Carlson Romano.
People keep saying her name as if I'm supposed to know who that is.
Christy Carlson Romano from Parade. Legendary. She was the original Mary Fagan. May she rest.
May she rest.
Yes.
But Christy's still with us.
Christy is very much
Mary
still
Fagan
with us.
is
She has
not.
that great podcast. She was Ren Stevens on Even Stevens, the TV show.
Oh, with LaBeouf?
Yes. And most importantly, Christy Carlson Romano was a Broadway kid. She sang, oh God, what song does she sing in the Broadway Kids Back on Broadway CD? Oh God, my brother would kill me if he knew that I forgot what she sang.
Email My Heart, who are you hoping to hear when the Tony nominations are announced on Tuesday? That's a good one. And one I don't have to answer. So.
I mean,
I love those.
I mean, I haven't seen any of the shows.
Well, you got to have an opinion. This is your beat, babe.
Okay, who's that? Liam?
Liam.
You're writing down the questions? Okay. Need to have a couch so she can lay down. the Romano lady, goodbye.
You know who I was talking about?
How do y'all like Rock Hudson? Rock Hudson's great.
Highlight. One of the highlights.
One of the highlights.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I will say, since we're not recording right now, she and a lot of people really liked Favorite Kind of High. And I feel like it could go either way depending on the production. It kind of gives like up-tempo pink plastic radio song. A little bit if the production's not right. It could be very cool and good. But she was like, I really want this to be a single. And I was like, I don't know that I do.
I think it was a good song. I enjoyed Favorite Kind of High. I wouldn't put it in my top half, though. So I wouldn't choose that for a single. But she was also like on stage being like, this one's my favorite. This one's actually my favorite. That. And right before Magic, she was like, okay, guys, I know I've been saying it all night, but this song is actually my favorite one on the album.
That's funny.
Guys, I might become a patron soon. Get ready to listen to a lot of Brazilian
pop stars. All right, great. We can't wait. Even Stevens, Christy Carlson Romano, star of Parade, Even Stevens, Cadet Kelly, and Kim Possible. Those are all. I mean, I've listened to the Parade cast recording.
Yeah.
Yes.
Even Stevens I watched. Cadet Kelly I've never seen in full. Kim Possible's when I fell out of Disney Channel. Also Disney Channel, I have to say, like the cartoons never were as good. I'm not like a huge cartoon person, but Nickelodeon's cartoon, everything about 90s Nickelodeon, it was superior to early 2000s Disney Channel in general.
A lot of people in the Discord got mad when Matt Steele said that, but he's absolutely right.
I'm sorry, guys.
He's
it was
right.
Like, yes, the early 2000s Disney Channel was a juggernaut, but 90s Nickelodeon was beyond and anything television wise for kids like could possibly imagine. Like this chokehold Snick had on all of us. Like, I mean, truly, the chokehold everything on Nickelodeon had on all of us in the 90s. But overall, like even though I'm not a cartoon person, I will say that the Nickelodeon cartoons were better than the Disney Channel cartoons.
What album that most people consider bad do you love?
Ooh, that's a fun question.
That is good. Now I have to think of some.
Yeah, I don't know.
Matt Palmer Theater Elise status revoked due to Christy Carlton Romano disrespect. Oh, come on. I'm back.
He respects her for her talents.
Yeah.
He just doesn't know what those talents are.
I don't. I'm sure she's lovely. She has funny YouTube thumbnails.
Okay.
Hello? Respect.
That's that. Not everybody has that.
I mean, we don't.
As someone who makes thumbnails,
I don't.
I don't know
It's
how to make
I
that.
don't care about this.
I don't know how
Just
to make
watch
that
it.
shit.
Here's the title. Enjoy.
Yeah, whenever you see a thumbnail and it's just a square, that's Matt Palmer
I
made
edited
it.
that because I'm not doing that. Early 2000s is cute, but 90s Nickelodeon was the best. Was firing on cylinders.
Firing on all cylinders.
10 across the board. It's
Yeah.
true. All that was must-see TV back then. Absolutely, it was.
I was analyzing my taste as a child, and like at one point, and I realized like when kids would like watch shows and they would talk about them to me, they would be like, "Oh, this show is so funny. This show is so funny," and I never thought that these shows were funny. Like I never like watched a 90s show and like laughed that much, but I always was invested in the stories of them. Like I always found the plots to be very good. I always laughed at like the Nick at Night shows when I was a kid. Like I always found those to be like genuinely like funny and everything. But like
You mean the old shows?
yeah.
I
I always found those to be like funnier, but I found the Nickelodeon shows, I was more compelled by the stories of those shows, which I think speaks to the strength of the writing of the Nickelodeon shows.
I get that. Sorry, I'm looking for albums that people think are bad. That I like.
Yeah, what are albums that people think are bad?
I don't know. And it's like
I have albums that people I don't think people give enough credit to.
So like people are like they underperformed maybe.
Yes.
That I think deserved more.
I mean that's also like our like Justice 4 series that we do.
Don't make me talk about Danity Kane for an hour because I will. I will.
Do they have any albums that people are like, oh, this is bad?
I don't think so. I think the people who it's just like they didn't do a lot because whatever.
Okay.
But I don't think people think they're bad.
A question I don't have to answer, Matt Palmer says, as if he's not the Matt who's been talking about Kimberly Akimbo nonstop for weeks.
Who said that? Oh, Jimmy. Look, it's excellent. What can I tell you? Art Pop in My December immediately came to mind. Art Pop, both have great moments. Yes.
They were Nick at Night shows here in Brazil. What were Nick at Night shows in Brazil? Like all the Nickelodeon shows?
I don't know.
I don't know, girl. All right.
I feel like I only listen to good music.
Snick, snick, snick. That's right, Grace. They would have a countdown of like 5 days, 14 hours and 32 minutes and 13 seconds until this week's Snick begins. And I would be watching it just being like, oh my God.
I know. It's a big deal. Snick was a big deal.
And why was it a big deal? I mean,
I don't know.
I always just really looked forward to Are You Afraid of the Dark?
I mean, I liked all the shows. What was all that?
I would say like the beginning of Snick was, I think it started with Clarissa and then it was that show Roundhouse.
I remember Roundhouse.
And Roundhouse was like a little bit old for an older demographic. Like I would say like 13 years old. My brother really liked Roundhouse. And I was always like, this is cool. And then it was Ren and Stimpy and then into Are You Afraid of the Dark? And then Roundhouse was replaced by All That, which was a
classic,
another sketch comedy show like Roundhouse, but I think a little more like character driven. Because Roundhouse was like, it was like everyone sang. It was kind of like the Mickey Mouse Club-ish on Disney Channel, and everyone sang, and like there was a plot line in each episode, and people would be putting on like different hats and playing different characters and stuff like that to tell this one story per episode. Whereas All That was more so just like sketches.
Hey Dude, I loved Hey Dude.
Hey Dude, that's an older one.
It's a great one.
Yeah.
Hi Black Cover Boy, by the way, because he waved vigorously like the fairy I am. Hey y'all. Hey hi.
Hello.
Welcome.
The Amanda Show. The Amanda Show was like when I stopped watching Nickelodeon.
Right. That was like a spinoff of All That, right?
That was a spinoff of All That. But what I have seen of The Amanda Show, because I would occasionally like pop into Nickelodeon in my preteen years when I was a little too old for Nickelodeon.
Right.
I would occasionally pop in and see The Amanda Show. And I did genuinely find The Amanda Show funnier than All That.
Really?
Yeah, in terms of like belly laughs, like jokes and everything. All That was never my favorite.
Really?
Yeah.
You didn't like Lori Beth Denver?
I loved everyone in All That. And I mean, I always watched the show and enjoyed it, but I wouldn't put it in like my top 10 favorite Nickelodeon shows.
I like that.
I remember finding out one manager I had manages Josh Seaver from All That.
I don't remember him.
Oh, he was real cute.
Okay, how's he look now?
He looks real cute. He looks good now. And I remember like seeing his picture on my manager's wall and being like, "Oh, do you represent him?" And she was like, "Yeah." And I was just like, "Oh, cool.
Is he free? Is he free later?" I will say a lot of Nickelodeon shows were banned in my house, so that's probably why I have so much Disney bias. That's
okay.
fair.
That makes sense. I Love Lucy on Nick at Night blew my mind as a kid. I was like, "Who is Lucy?" I Love Lucy, and I Love Lucy. I remember after Snick, they would air an episode of I Love Lucy, an episode of The Lucy Show, and then a full episode of The Lucy Desi Comedy Hour. So it was like Saturday nights were a big night for Lucy on Nickelodeon.
Of Nick at Night shows from our childhood, my favorite was I Dream of Jeannie. She was my queen.
Oh,
I
great
loved
show.
that show. It was so great.
No shade. That's So Raven eats all those shows. I'm sorry, Butch Queen.
I'll take your word for it.
I'm glad you loved it. Also, That's So Raven was when I sort of stopped watching Disney Channel as well.
Right.
So I am not as familiar with That's So Raven.
Amanda Bynes is the millennials version of Carol Burnett. All right, Jimmy, you're. We love Amanda and want good things for her, but I don't know. I Love Lucy cannot be beat.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm choosing violence. It's true.
The kids on All That were so talented. Kenan Thompson is a true icon.
I mean, I always just assumed that the kid, like all that was like a feeder system into SNL. So when he like got on SNL, I was like, oh yeah, that's like what happens, isn't it?
See, I had no concept of SNL when I was a kid. So like I didn't know that like All That was essentially an SNL for kids.
For kids.
I mean, there was a lot of talent on All That.
They tried to bring back All That ever. I feel like it's surprising.
I want to say they did.
I feel like that would be something they should try to bring back. I mean, they're doing a Keenan and Kel or Good Burger reboot.
Yeah.
So why not give All That a try?
I remember when the Spice Girls were the musical guests on All That.
Wow.
Because that was the week that they hosted Snick.
Oh.
And they were all sitting on a big couch in space. It was the most exciting night of my life.
I love that. And they had TLC singing All That theme song and the Spice Girls hosting.
Yeah.
That was a time.
Loved Gilligan's Island and Bewitched as well.
Bewitched I liked as well.
Yeah.
Nick at Night. I think it's just so crazy that like Friends is on Nick at Night all the time now.
It's just crazy how these shows from like the early 2000s. And Nick at Night still exists, I guess, right?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
It might be its own channel now, actually.
Oh, sure.
Y'all are the most millennial group of people. LOL. All right. Tyler having jokes on his birthday. He's like, I'm 21. What have I done with my life?
Yeah, okay. I had a crush on Jet Jackson. Rest in peace, Lee Thompson. I know, that was so sad. Jet Jackson was a good show. I liked it.
What happened to Lee Thompson?
He died.
Oh, no.
I forget how. This was probably like 2017, maybe.
Ray, sorry, you only have TikTokers, Tyler, instead of TV. Lord.
Yeah, that is interesting how like there isn't like a weekly long form show that the kids like.
I mean, I feel like, I don't know what the kids' age is, but like when Euphoria was on, the kids were watching that.
Yeah. The Kids' Choice Awards was an event back then.
It was.
I will never forget when Hanson beat the Spice Girls for best like pop or best like music group or whatever. That's when I lost faith in the American voting system.
Hey, that was me watching the Grammys in 96.
Oh.
I know the feeling. I think,
I forgot about that.
That's sad.
What was the town called in the famous Jet Jackson? Wilstead, North Carolina? That's where the show took place. Jet Jackson.
Did you watch Jet Jackson like that?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That was like in the period of time where I watched Disney Channel regularly.
Got it. Okay.
They have Riverdale. Do they have Riverdale?
Are they still watching Riverdale?
I don't even know if young people, by young people, I mean like teenagers. Like, I don't know if they're watching any TV, guys.
I feel like also there were so many Riverdale spinoffs that were, I don't even know if they came out, but I feel like there were so many announced and then I like never heard about them again.
Sure.
It's weird.
Yeah.
All right, should we go to Act 2?
I guess we go Act 2. We stopped being a proper country when Rosie stopped hosting the Kids' Choice Awards. Also, low-key when she stopped hosting those Tony Awards. She was a phenomenal Tony Awards host. They need to bring her back.
What happened? Where'd she go?
I don't know. She's just chilling.
Yeah, taking a break.
Okay.
Take a break.
Run away with us for the summer. Let's go upstate. That's a melody.
Absolutely. That's one of my favorite melodies from Hamilton.
Oh, favorite melodies. And some people, this is their favorite podcast. And
yes.
if it is your favorite podcast, rate and review us on Apple Podcasts.
Absolutely. You can go to Apple Podcasts now if you enjoy this podcast. Make sure to give us 5 stars, leave a nice review, and you can actually leave stars on Spotify these days. So if you're listening on Spotify, give us 5 stars. We really, really appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Yeah, that segue was a little bit of a reach for me.
But you know what? We reached and we caught.
We caught, and you know what? As bad as it was, it's in the past now.
It is.
Because now we are on to Email My Heart.
Yes.
This is the section of the podcast where we answer any questions that you guys might have. You can be a part of Email My Heart if you email us at 2gaymats@gmail.com. 2 is spelled TWO.
Yes.
So we got some questions from people.
Yes, in the chat today. And so we have one first question from Liam, which is a bit more for Matt Steele, but I've been told I can answer as well. Liam asks, who are you hoping to hear when the Tony nominations are announced on Tuesday? I guess who are you hoping gets a lot of nominations? It's coming up. I didn't realize it was happening on Tuesday. That's so soon.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
I will say that I have not seen any of the shows because I have not been in New York for a hot minute.
Yeah.
But you know, we're both big Kimberly Akimbo fans, so like to see that get as many nominations as it can. I would love to. I assume what's her name? Bonnie Mulligan is going to get. I feel like she's the front runner for featured actress in a musical for Kimberly Akimbo.
She's singing her face off in that show.
Phenomenal. But I would also love to see Ali Mawzy get a Tony nomination. I talked about Ali Mawzy when I talked about Kimberly Akimbo a couple weeks ago. I've always been such a fan of her. I think her comedic timing is amazing. So I would love to see her finally get a Tony nomination for that.
Does she play the mom?
She plays the mom.
Okay, got it.
And the show was like a big critical success. So I could see it getting 2 nominations in the featured actress category. I would say the front runner for featured actor in a musical would be Alex Newell in Shucked. And that would be a cool win. A lot of people felt that he was robbed of a nomination for Once on This Island a few years ago. So
a vocalist as well.
Oh, phenomenal. And so I would really like to see those things. I don't know. The Tony nominations are always hard because I haven't you have to see the shows,
right?
And you can listen to the cast recordings as well to get a sense of like sort of what you're rooting for.
Yes.
But it's kind of hard if you haven't seen the shows.
I know.
You know. So, but we both love Kimberly Akimbo.
We do.
We're rooting for Victoria, and I wonder who's going to win though, leading actress between Victoria Clark and like Annaleigh Ashford. Yeah.
What's
And
Annaleigh Ashford in?
Michaela Diamond in Parade. My God, Annaleigh Ashford's for Sweeney Todd.
Oh, okay.
Both of them already have Tony Awards, so
Spread the wealth, babes.
I guess. So Michaela Diamond, maybe. Who knows?
Who knows?
But yeah, I'm interested to see how that race will shake out.
That's
I
exciting.
imagine Josh Groban is the front runner for leading actor in a musical for Sweeney Todd.
Do you think there is a world in which Kimberly Akimbo does not win Best Musical?
We were talking about this in the live chat earlier. I do see it still being the front runner.
Okay.
I mean, its competition, I guess, is Some Like It Hot, which is a musical comedy, and then there's Shucked, which is another musical comedy. And lately, even if when the big musical comedies like have a big fan base, the Tony voting committee tends to still award the more quaint, dramatic musical. Like I was talking about A Strange Loop winning over 6 last year, and Hades Town winning over The Prom back in 2019.
Right.
The Band's Visit winning over something big and splashy and funny like SpongeBob back in 2018. So I still think that Kimberly Akimbo, because it is sort of the critical darling and the more intimate show and more dramatic show, will still be considered the front runner.
Okay.
Also, it's Janine Tesori. Like, she's so well respected by now in the theater industry, so I could see Kimberly Akimbo still being the front runner after time.
Okay, my fingers are crossed. I'm open to listening to Shucked, absolutely knowing that Alex Newell's in it, and you know how I feel about their voice.
It's apparently really, really fun.
I love that.
And that set design is gorgeous. Like I just love looking at pictures of that stage with that big old barn and the lighting in it. It looks so good.
And I love anything that's going to get the corn kid on a red carpet. I love that child, and I want good things for him. So I love that he was there.
Yeah, but the thing is, Mariah Carey is producer on Some Like It Hot, the
That's
musical.
true.
So are you actively rooting against Mariah Carey?
I'm not. I, of course, want Mariah to win. However she can get a Tony that evening, if it happens, I would love that.
Okay.
That's something I hope for. But I feel like she could live without. She wouldn't be terribly brokenhearted if she didn't win. It wouldn't be like 1986, the Grammys, which she was brokenhearted about.
We remember that vividly.
We really do. So we have another follow-up question. Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot who asked this. But in the spirit of Justice for Bionic, which our friend, patron Michael S. was posting in the chat just now, what album that most consider bad do you love? And I was making a list during the break. And I don't know that people consider these bad a lot, but people might just assume they're not great judging from the artist or judging from the time period in their lives, whatever. Ashley Simpson's autobiography, I cannot stress enough, is excellent.
Who calls that album bad?
I don't know that people know of the album. People, when they think of Ashley Simpson, think of her on SNL doing that hoedown. And lest we forget that the album's excellent, like better than it had any right to be. That reality show led right into this album. It was a huge hit for a reason. It's not just like, oh, she's Jessica Simpson's sister. This is a great collection of songs. Please listen to Autobiography.
That album was everywhere.
It was.
It like defined like a certain year of high school that I won't say.
It absolutely did. And so I just don't want us to forget it. I don't want the hoedown to take precedence over the music.
Yes.
Mariah Carey's Glitter is being mentioned, and that is absolutely an excellent album, which if you listened to it at the time, you knew, but it did flop. Pussycat Dolls' second album, Doll Domination, which featured I Hate This Part and When I Grow Up. I feel like no one takes the PCD girls seriously, and that second album is excellent.
That second album is great.
It
Who
is great.
doesn't
I feel like
think that
people
album's
just don't
good?
take them seriously, much like the Girlicious album. Also another Robin Anton group, kind of like candidates that enter the Pussycat Dolls. Great album, absolutely. Brandy's Aphrodisiac. I don't know if the world dislikes it, but you know who dislikes it? Brandy. And she's wrong. She's always like, yeah, that was wrong. We should have done XYZ. And it's like, no, you did everything right on Aphrodisiac, and like, let's give it its flowers. I feel like a lot of artists do that when their albums underperform. They blame the material when like, really, you should be blaming your record label or the single choices. Like the album sometimes is there.
Or blame the fans.
Blame
Who
the
cares?
fans.
Just blame the goddamn fans at this
I mean,
point.
That's what Frank Ocean would do.
Yes, absolutely.
He hates his fans. I also love Goodbye Lullaby by Avril Lavigne. That was the more like acoustic-y one. It had the single What the Hell, also a single Smile, but kind of was like, it's more acoustic, guitar based, and I think she did a lot of the songs with her then ex-husband, the Sum 41 lead guy, Derek Wembley, and they just made a great album together that I feel like goes unnoticed. Greetings from Emery House by the Click Five was a great album that very much underperformed and no one remembers.
The Click Five.
The Click Five.
I haven't heard that.
I know, and I
in a
realized
while.
they mostly just existed on the TV screens in like your local Abercrombie or American Eagle, but I swear that album is excellent. They have a song called Pop Princess, which is very good. I just want us all to give the Click Five more because that was a great record. And Harmonium by Vanessa Carlton underperformed.
That's a gorgeous album.
Gorgeous album, top to bottom.
Any album that opens with the brilliance that is White Houses.
Yes.
Oh,
yes.
What a song that just like structureless but perfect.
Exactly.
Like, who needs like any form of structure or organization? That song
Who
just
needs
goes and you just go along the ride with
Yes.
it. Yeah. I guess my choice would be, I wouldn't say people call this a bad album, but whenever I see people give their rank, I say this all the time, so
Yeah.
this will come as a shock to no one. Whenever I see people give their rankings of like Taylor Swift albums, and Lover is so close to the bottom, I'm just like,
know.
it's like, okay, is the album a little too long and it has
Yes.
songs that don't need to be there? Were the single choices questionable? Yes.
Sure.
But I think that album is the perfect pop. No, I wouldn't say perfect. I would say it is the perfect pop album for her in terms of her, because 1989 was so sound and phenomenally done, like sonically, but it didn't have as much of the lyrical, juicy lyrical personal content that her other albums had. Reputation had more like personal lyrics that she's known for and everything, but there were some choices sonically that didn't really fit her as well. So I think Lover is the perfect combination of her strengths in a pop album.
Absolutely.
I would say. And the song Cruel Summer not being a single is just a travesty and a crime against humanity.
We all agree on that.
Yes.
Like no one disagrees with you there, right?
Yes. Death by a Thousand Cuts, Cornelia Street. Oh, I was listening to Miss Americana and the Heartbreak Prince the other day. Oh, great. So like it just feels like the album just feels so her, and that is why I have a lot of respect and admiration for the album Lover. And
Absolutely.
I get it. COVID happened.
It was a weird time.
It was a weird time. She released The Man as a single, which like I don't dislike The Man.
I hate The Man. I hate that.
I don't dislike The Man.
But it's not the choice.
It's not
the
choice when there are so many great
They're
choices.
hits right in front of you.
They're right in front of you. But you know what? What you gonna do?
What can you do?
What can you do?
That's deal.
Yes.
I have a question for you.
Yes.
What has been giving you moments?
So this is a bizarre moment for me. And it goes along with something I did this week that I never in a million years saw myself doing.
I never saw you doing it either. I really didn't.
One of my best friends, Arthur, huge fan of Glee. Huge Lea Michele stan. And when Arthur stands, he stands hard.
Good for him.
So Arthur, I haven't seen Arthur in a little while. And I haven't seen my friend Derek in a little while or my friend Jasmine in a little while. And they were all like, we're going to a Glee party, which was at this club. I forget where it was. It was the Vermont something on Vermont in LA. And a DJ, I guess, is touring the country hosting these Glee parties where he's just playing Glee covers, and like on the big screens are just like the numbers from Glee that people are watching. And I have never seen a full episode of Glee in my life. But I was just like, you know what? I want to see my friends. So I went in there not knowing what to expect. I was expecting to be a little scared at first.
I mean, the Gleeks are no joke.
The Gleeks are no joke.
They're serious. And
guys, it was so fun.
Wow.
And the reason why I found it so fun was because the point wasn't to just like, oh, it's a club and we're all just dancing and getting into it. It's like, no. We are here to sing along to the songs and to act along to the songs. And those Gleeks were going for it. They were the DJ had this girl who was like his like hype man, and she was like there were people dressed as Cheerios, the cheerleaders in Glee,
right, that's what they were called,
and pulling them up on stage, and they were acting their faces off, performing their faces off, and everything. I showed you video footage of when they played Leah's "Don't Rain on My Parade."
You did,
and everyone in that room was giving it. And I just loved watching people living their best lives and having fun. And when you can, because, I don't like go to clubs often or like at all, actually. But when I go, it's like, okay, they're playing some sort of, I go to see friends and everything.
Right.
But when I go, I'm like, okay, they're playing some songs that I relatively know, but mostly it's sometimes the night turns into just like, oh, we're just playing basic house music that you don't know and everything. But this felt like, remember going to school dances and you were there just like singing like your favorite songs with your friends.
Yes.
And so that's kind of what it felt. It had that innocence of like,
were
a
you
school
singing
dance.
along?
Yeah, why not?
All right.
When that Rebecca Black Friday cover came on, I was like, yes, let's go.
I forgot they did that.
It was so stupid and so fun. And it was so interesting because I haven't seen much of Glee, but seeing how those songs played out in the TV show and just like being wide-eyed and like, wow, this was done. Like, have you ever seen when Glee did Born This Way?
If I did, I forgot it.
I think it was Born This Way, where they're all wearing T-shirts about like their biggest insecurity. Like Lea Michele's character in Glee is wearing a T-shirt that says "nose," and Naya Rivera is wearing a T-shirt that says Lebanese. And there was a girl at the Glee party who had a T-shirt that said Lebanese on it, and I was like, iconic. And then like at the end of the song, Ellie Kemper like opens up her jacket to Matthew Morrison, and it says OCD, like in such a dramatic way. It was, and I laughed so hard. It was just so much fun. And also it made me a little sad because I remember just being there thinking, wow, they really aren't writing like pop hits like they were from like 2008 to 2014.
They're really not.
Like like songs that you could just immediately sing along to. Like if Glee was on now, what would they cover? Like they can't cover like a Steve Lacy song.
I know, can't cover Halsey.
Like
Halsey
what?
tribute episode.
Because now that pop music is just vibes.
Yes.
Like they're not songs that have that feeling that you just want to like sing along to,
Do you know, was there a moment where they played my favorite Glee cover, which is the Someone Like You / Rumor Has It mashup that Santana did with Amber Riley's character? I think someone else who I forgot.
Did they? I don't think they did.
It's so good. Like, and I'm not a Gleek myself, but that was on high rotation.
Oh yeah.
For me.
Oh, and let me tell you what, I went insane when Telephone started. Because when was the last time you rocked out to Telephone in a bar?
It's been a long time.
And I just forgotten just how joyous that song makes me feel. What a perfect song.
Absolutely.
Oh my God.
So are you going to become a Gleek? Like, are you going to watch this show?
No. I have too much to watch.
Just
I'm
making
so sorry.
sure.
Big Brother 25 is starting end of June, beginning of July. I'm a little
You're busy.
occupied.
Yes, okay, I see it.
But I mean, and just seeing all those fans there just like having the time of their lives. They were having so much fun and it was adorable and I liked seeing my friends.
Did they have fun too?
Yeah, we had a great time.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, I love that.
Yeah.
I love that.
What was giving you moments besides finding out that Kesha's a Kathy, Kelly's a Kathy, and that you survived another year on Earth?
I did survive another year. I just have to say, and I've only watched one episode, so I'm sure this might be giving me moments again once I finish the season, but I feel like TikTok and like the internet has been pushing the show Jury Duty on me so hard. And but the thing is, I was curious about it. It's basically a show that is not exactly scripted. It's like everyone's led to be like, this is what the beats for the day. And it's everyone's an actor on set except one man named Ronald, and who thinks that he's like in an actual jury duty setting, and they're just doing a documentary while this jury duty process is happening. And but James Marsden is in it, and he plays himself, but like a very egotistical version of James Marsden. And there are all these people that are in there hoping they don't get like, brought up to the final 12 people to be in jury duty, and because James Marsden calls the paparazzi on himself to try to get out of jury duty, they decide they have to be sequestered and like live and like off site somewhere. And it's just so funny to watch this guy who's like thinking he's living a real moment with everyone else on the set as an actor. Everyone is just responding to like the truth that he gives them. Like Ronald was talking to James Marsden and was like, wait, I think you were in that movie Sonic? And he's like, yeah, I was in that. And he's like, I heard that was really bad.
That's so funny.
And it's just so, it makes me wonder how they cast the guy, like the actual real person, because he's so winning and charming. And it seems very clear that no one on set, like the actors or the production, wants Ronald to be the butt of the joke. Like it's not like a prank show. It's like, but they want to build a world for him where he comes across kind of like a hero, and he's just put in these so ridiculous situations that the other actors are placing him in. Like I've seen previews of this guy who comes in and has fashioned like chair pants for himself, where he just can sit on wherever he is. He can just sit down. It's just like, it's essentially like The Office, but if one person was real. Yeah. And you're like, this is such a crazy concept.
It's like an improv show,
Yes.
essentially. So, like, does that mean it can still go into production during the writer's strike?
Well, I mean, it's over now. It has been shot, so they've released all the episodes. I'm not sure how they're going to do a season two.
Season 2, I'm available.
Someone's going to need to write the beats, if nothing else. Like, I feel like it was like, these are the days of the shoot. This is what happened. So I feel like they can't go into production until the writer's strike is figured out.
Listen, there's some scabs out there who'd be willing to do it.
Don't be a scab, Matt Steele. I know you're talking of yourself, and I need you to not do that.
Listen, I'm not going to be a scab, but like, I'm not going to discourage other scabs from becoming scabs if they want to become scabs.
I'm discouraging. We stand with unions. We're discouraging scabs, Matt Steele. This is all jokes. I'm being serious. No. We love everyone.
Am I joking, or you don't know because I'm improvising right now?
That's the thing. You're improvising. I could be on camera. You could be a joke of a person. You could be an actor right now.
The entirety of the last 10 years of Two Gay Mats has essentially been like a Truman Show-esque thing for you.
And I'm Ronald. I'm the hero of it all.
And I'm here to make it so difficult.
Well, you've done a great job.
Thank you.
I'm just saying the show is very fun. It's on Amazon Freevee, which I don't really know what that means. It essentially means I have to watch on Amazon Prime but still watch commercials, which is annoying. But well, I felt warm watching the first episode. I'm excited to watch more of it. It seems like I appreciate the angle in making sure that the actual person isn't made to look dumb, you know? Like, I feel like that would be something we would have done back in 2010, 2011.
Sure.
It's like, remember that gay show, Boy Meets Boy, where there was like a gay person who had to like try to find another gay person, but there were other straights that were pretending to be gay, and this isn't that.
I mean, that was great television, though.
We could never make it.
We could never make it now. But man, what a show! Oh, is that all on YouTube? I'm gonna have to binge that.
I'm sure it is. I'm sure it's on the same channel where you find your bug juice. You know, they've uploaded all of Boy Meets Boy. But Jury Duty, I so far so good. Unless I watch an episode that I don't like, then I'll tell you. But so far, I'm loving it.
All right, well, thank you for putting Jury Duty out there in the universe.
Yes.
I hope it doesn't attach to me this week. I hope I don't get called in for Jury Duty.
This is the only Jury Duty we want for Matt Steele.
Unless I end up being the Ronald.
That would be great. That's great promo. He's going on like a press tour with James Marsden to promote the show right now.
How did he even like get hired for it?
I was reading an interview about him in GQ, and he was truly just looking for a job, and they had posted it like on an Indeed, like a job kind of site that was like, hey, we're going to be filming a Jury Duty thing. Do you want to come in and interview and see if you could be a part of this Jury Duty documentary? It's a special thing.
Okay, interesting.
So just go on Indeed. Look at anything that looks suspicious.
You don't think I'm on Indeed? I'm not on Indeed.
Get on there. If anything looks like, why would you make a documentary of this? I wouldn't think that would be legal. Audition.
Okay, great.
All right.
Perfect.
Guys, this has been a joy.
It has. What a busy week.
What a busy week. Even though there wasn't a lot of news, we had a lot of news personally.
We really did.
We could share it with all of you.
Yeah.
Is there anything else you want to tell the people before we say goodbye?
That we love you. Thank you for sticking with us throughout 200 podcasts.
Yes.
It doesn't feel like 200. It feels like we just started yesterday.
It does, but we really didn't.
We really didn't.
Thank you guys so much for watching and listening. We'll be back soon with more Two Gay Mats, the podcast.
Bye.
Bye. All right.
That was good, right?
That was good. I think it was good.
Yeah.
Oof, Room Raiders, a mess.
I was never into Room Raiders.
Me neither. It always was gross. It was like, if you don't put that blue light away, it's just like, I don't want to see that.
Yeah.
I don't want to see that. Good night, Carol. Thank you for coming.
Good night, Carol.
We do love unions. Not me having Glee nostalgia right now. Jimmy, you got to admit it. I think you're the biggest Gleek in the Discord.
Is he?
I think so.
Okay.
Jimmy loved Glee. I feel like Jessica loves Glee too.
Okay.
The first 3 seasons of Glee were pretty good, but the last 3 seasons contain the worst TV episodes I've ever seen, and that's why I recommend watching it. So bad it's good. Yeah, that's the thing. Is like I'm not a person who quits on TV shows a lot, and I quit on Glee. I was like, oh no,
I just never started.
That's fine.
I was busy. I was majoring in musical theater. I was studying my craft.
Yes,
as if like all the other musical theater majors weren't watching it religiously.
But you were too busy.
I was too busy.
We love you, Queen Sue.
We love you.
We love the Queen. I'm the what? I mean, I call it like I see it, and what I see is a leak.
Yeah, guys, is there a picture of me out there in the universe with a big L on my head?
That's a question. There is now.
Oh,
you did it.
I did it.
Wow.
And then there's another picture I have of my friend Derek putting the L on my head for me. So maybe I'll post that one.
Okay.
That one might be better. We'll see. I'll go through all the pictures, see which one is going to get the post.
Oh my gosh. I can't believe you're posting about this.
Steele, I'm surprised you didn't talk about the Color Purple movie. Guys, I didn't see it. What am I talking about? Oh,
the CinemaCon, like
the CinemaCon
Oprah says it's great or whatever.
Yeah, people said that like the little bit of footage they saw was great.
Yeah.
Of course it is. Of course it looks great.
I mean, it's coming up. Same. I mean, I think the people are just more excited about a leak than you are. I feel like Michael Smith, Anna Parnell, they love a leak.
But I don't know. I feel like Color Purple, like now that the Color Purple stuff premiered at the CinemaCon or whatever, and the way people were talking about it and the way like Oprah was talking about it seems like WB might think that it could be a heavy hitter for awards season. And so they're kind of keeping it little low key right now.
Okay.
It feels more strategic to me than like, oh, we're trying to like hide everything about it. Yeah. So
no, that's good. That's good news because the worry is that it could be bad. Why don't you want to be on jury duty? I think jury duty is annoying.
It's just like want to wake up and go to like a courthouse.
It just interrupts your life. It's not like I would dodge it and like if I'm called to jury duty, I will go. But the hope is that I don't have to.
Yeah, no.
Because I have other things to do. And yes, you do your civic duty.
Well, and also I want to get my car fixed this week.
Right.
So
it's just time consuming in a way that like I don't need.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
So yeah, I feel like that's common. I feel like we're not the uncommon people. Yeah. No, jury duty is ass. Okay, we're civically engaged. We're gonna call. Matsu's gonna call every day.
I'm gonna call every day.
Hopefully, he won't have to go.
Yeah,
fingers crossed. There's a picture of me out in the universe with me holding the soundtrack signed by the entire season 1 cast. But still, I mean, yes, Jimmy, Gleek. You guys sound like non-voters. I don't think it's the same, Grace. We vote all the time. Love you though. But yeah, it's a headache. I mean, voting doesn't take as much time. That's why that's great.
Yeah,
I love to vote.
Voting. You're not like trapped there for a whole day.
Yeah, and you look up who you vote for. You vote.
You go in.
Go
you
back
go
home.
out. Yeah.
You can even do it by mail. Voting's great. Jury duty sucks.
Yeah.
Click.
But like someone's got to do jury duty.
I know.
And it should be like people who are like at least relatively intelligent like us.
Yeah, it's true. But I don't. I mean, if they pick me, I'll go. But I'm not gonna like beg to be picked.
No.
You know what I'm saying?
Of course not.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I've never done jury duty. Neither have my parents. I don't know if my parents have ever gotten picked to be on a jury.
I've never done it either, like officially, because for a long time when I was living in LA, I was still like everything was still registered in New Jersey for me. Because in New Jersey, you re-register your car once every like 5 or 6 years or something. So like so I was still like registered everything in New Jersey, and then I finally, after living out here for several years, and so when I would get like jury duty for New Jersey, I would be like, I'm not in New Jersey, can't do it and everything. And so then when I finally registered everything in California, I got my first jury duty, and I was supposed to have it like the week after COVID hit. So like that was canceled, and it just kept getting pushed. So I've never had to like actually
One time I got a jury duty summons like months after they were like, you need to call on this date, and it was like 3 months prior. I was like, guys, what happened? Like, why am I just receiving this summons? But I got it rescheduled. I called every day and never had to go in.
That's great.
So I hope that's happening for you. What are the chances of you getting picked anyway? But it's probably low. There are a lot of people in LA.
Who knows?
You never know.
But I am special, so they could definitely pick me.
I don't know.
I'm so special.
I don't know. I feel like if you stood up and you're like, oh hi, Matthew, they might be like, oh, we don't need them. We don't need that. We don't need the energy. Oh, welcome home, Austin. We just missed the end of the podcast and discussing jury duty.
Yeah,
I'm drunk. Great.
Well,
hey, you were at a karaoke. How was everyone's karaoke? Did you get up at the end and perform something from the heart? Because I would have loved to see that.
Yeah. First time I had jury duty, I got picked to be on a case, so I had to go every day for 2 weeks until the trial was over, and then go to work after it every night.
No, that's a lot. That's a lot. That's a lot. Yeah, and then you get paid, but it's so little, right?
Yeah.
Don't you get paid like $15 a day or something?
I don't even remember.
I don't know.
Well.
All right. Well, is there anything else we need? Should we wrap things up?
Does anyone need anything?
Does anything need anything from us?
Need anything?
We love you too, Austin. Hey, we love a happy drunk, truly.
Yeah.
We love the positivity in the chat.
We hope you Ubered.
Yes. Well, I mean, where does Austin in Philadelphia? Maybe you could walk.
Oh,
Take
just
a
walk?
cab or
Okay.
public transit. There are options. But yeah, we love everybody, not just Austin.
Yeah.
And we'll be back soon with more 2 Gay Minutes.
Bye, guys.
Bye, everybody.